2, 3, funky.
Believed in you.
Yes! That's awesome! What? You just took one in the jugular, man! Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. Come on. The dart, man. You got a fucking dart in your neck. You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. You're crazy.
of you every night. Dream of you every. Can I help it if I dream of you every night? Dream of you every. Can I help it if I dream of you? If I dream of you, dream of you every. Can I help it if I dream of you every? I know I dream of you every. Can I help it if I dream of you every night? I love you, 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 I love you.
Believed in you.
That's awesome. What? You just took one in the jugular, man. Whoa. Yes! Oh my God. Oh my God, I did. Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. The dog, man. You got a fucking dog in your neck. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. I like you. You're crazy.
What's up, everybody? We're getting started here in just a second. Just going to get this last little section here. All right. Let's get this chat bubble going. There we go. Perfect. All right. Can everybody hear me? Making sure that the audio is good. The video is good. I'm here. We're about to start. Get this thing going. Perfect. Thanks, Aaron. All right, fantastic, guys. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this YouTube live stream Q&A. Absolutely love it. Thank you, everybody, for joining and making this as special as possible. What's up, KY Tech? What's up, Tech Right? What's up, Zuki? Everybody, thank you so much for joining in. Greatly appreciate it. Demonstrate docking. Aaron asked, I will give you $5 in super chat money if you can demonstrate docking to the audience. What is docking? Am I supposed to know what that is? I'm very confused. What's up, Silver Pancake? This is a blue snowball ice, yes. I'm so confused. You guys will have to tell me what that is later. What's up, Mario? So glad everybody's here. This is great. Pixel Wizard, thank you so much for joining. Greatly appreciate it. Aaron, you're ridiculous. I'll have to message you later about that. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. For some of you who don't know me, let me go ahead and give you like a real brief background as to who I am and what I can offer you today for this live stream Q&A. Okay, my name is JD Prevost. I'm the owner and creator of JDTechTV. It's a tech review channel designed to help you make better tech purchase decisions. It's the whole concept of the channel itself. I started the channel in January of 2017, like early January. Didn't post my first video until late January of 2017, and then didn't really get serious about it until like late March, late February, early March. And so kind of like fast forward to now, about 6 months later from the time that I started getting serious about this platform. And now I have almost 7,000 subscribers. I have over 125,000 views across my 40 videos. And that's, if you're doing the math, it's a little over 1,000 subscribers a month. And let's see, I have a background in marketing, journalism, physics degree is continuing in the works, physics training is continuing in the works. So a lot of the experiences that I have throughout my life has really translated well into YouTube. So a lot of the marketing experience, the journalism experience, to have a presence in front of a camera, as well as my physics training, which gives me a lot of analytical insight for that side, especially for YouTube. So a lot of times what happens is that people will send me questions almost on the daily. I'll get questions about how I've grown my YouTube this fast, how I've been successful on the platform, how they can grow, how they can be more successful on this platform. So, and I don't mind having those one-on-one discussions with people. Like, I feel like I'm giving them enough value in those discussions that I feel like more people would benefit from hearing this as a larger group. And so that's why I kind of do these live Q&As every so often. If you haven't seen one of these before, I used to do this quite often whenever I had like milestones. So I had like 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000 subscriber milestones, and I'd kind of sit down and talk to my audience, talk to you, let you get to know me as a person a little bit more. I did a live stream YouTube training class as well. It went on a little bit long, and it was kind of like this in a way, to where I'm just kind of interacting with the audience. I learned a couple things of how that stream went and kind of modified it to make it a little bit more interesting for you and to be able to watch it on the replay. So if you're not watching this live, don't worry. It'll go up right after this live stream is over, and you'll be able to rewatch it, catch any questions that you might have missed, any valuable information that will help you in your channel, help you in your life, or just to get to know me a little bit better. So also keep in mind that as the stream is going to continue, a lot of times, like, I won't be able to catch all of the questions that are going on in the stream. Sometimes it's going to be going a little bit fast, and I won't necessarily be able to see it as I'm answering a question. I might miss your question that you put up in the stream. So if you want, the way to make sure that your question is answered by me and read by me is in the chat. This is called a super chat. There is a little $sign that is located in the chat line that's right underneath where you can type something. You can donate to the channel. It could be $1, it could be $100, and that will highlight your comment for a period of time to where I will be able to see it. I can write it down if I need to, if I'm going on kind of a long answer. And I will make sure that I get to your question. I want to make sure that the people that donate to the channel to support me and to make sure that this channel can continue, that I can bring you more videos and more content, that those people have a more one-on-one experience. I want to make sure that I'm speaking to you specifically and answer your question to my fullest capability. Okay? Guys, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot of questions that were sent to me via like other different types of, like, through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I asked people to send me questions with the hashtag AskJD. If you guys want to go ahead and send out, share out this stream real quick, bring some more people in here. We got quite a few in here already, but let's get it a little bit bigger, and go ahead and send out those links down below so you guys can bring some more people in here for us to hang out with. Okay, get some more people to ask some questions. So I'm going to be going back and forth. I have a bunch of questions right here that I'm going to be going through, as well as going through the ones that are in the chat as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with somebody that has already asked me a question through the hashtag AskJD request. So I actually have it from Jason. He's a friend of ours from JSL Reviews. It's a great tech review channel. Make sure that you guys, I'm going to go ahead and type this in right now. Go ahead and check out his channel right there. I went and typed it in the chat there for you guys to go and subscribe to Jason. He asks, what is your favorite thing about being a YouTuber? And what is the one thing about being a YouTuber that you hate the most? Keep in mind that I had my wife compile this list for me, so I've seen that people have been asking me questions, but I've tried not to read them. I've tried not to kind of like think about them. I want to answer it for you right here. My favorite thing would probably have to be you guys. The friendships that I've created, the community that I've gained through YouTube. It was surprising. It was surprising how welcoming everybody was. I kind of thought that this was you know, still the side of the internet that isn't exactly the nicest section. Everybody always hears about the YouTube comments being a place of just pure destruction. Not the best marks of people, not the best marks of personality coming out in people. And it's something that I never really thought that I would get into and love as much as I do. I do love everybody that subscribes. I do love everybody within the community. I do love all my friends that I've created through this medium. It's been fantastic. It's not something that I expected. But, you know, there's other things. That's probably my favorite thing. But there's other things that I love. There's a lot to love about being a YouTuber. You get to work with, I get to have tech stuff. I get to have, like, stuff like this. Like, companies are able to trust me to send me their products, and I'm able to discuss them, and I'm able to show them to you, and I'm able to recommend them if I think that you should have them as well. That's a cool job, right? It's the greatest job in the world. Get to test stuff. And I also like being able to create my own content from start to finish. There's something really deeply satisfying about that I've been kind of missing in other aspects of my life and previous careers. As far as the worst thing, I don't know if there's really that much of a bad thing. Probably that there's not enough time in the day. That's probably it. Because I want to be able to do more. I want to be able to, I keep seeing people talk about vlogs in the comment section. I want to be able to do that stuff too. You know, I want to be able to vlog. I want to be able to have different types of videos, different series, to be able to bring you guys a little bit of variety within the tech world. and kind of give you my take on that type of media. So probably just that it doesn't have enough time in the day. I need more of that to be able to get you guys more stuff. All right, let's go ahead and go into the chat real quick. Let me just pick one at random. Obviously, I have to answer this. Drew Peterson asks, is your wife smoking hot? Completely. Absolutely. Out of control. I don't deserve it. And I married up. 100%. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit. Vlog reviews. You know what's funny? I had a conversation with this. I'm not going to say the person's name unless the person's name says that it's okay that I say their name, because they're in this chat as well. Had a discussion about doing something that was very similar to like a vlog review, and that's something that I think he and I are going to move forward with, and that's something that we can that the YouTube space. Cool. The Jonathan Sintez, he's in the chat right there. Everybody go and subscribe to Jonathan Sintez. He's one of my best friends, and he is a fantastic YouTuber. He's a fantastic influencer, really motivational guy. He's huge on Instagram. He's a professional baseball player, and if you like baseball, if you like being motivated, if you like nice workout videos, go and check out his channel and make sure that you give him some love. And he and I were talking about today. We were talking about today doing like a live kind of like this, to where he's out in California and we kind of like do a Google Hangouts to where we live stream it like this, but we talk about a product live. We kind of go over, we have a whole bunch of different things that sorry Drew, Jonathan's got that thing, where we talk about different types of products, and I give my expertise opinion on it, and he's there to kind of help me direct through the review, and we kind of talk about different things, and it's sort of like a podcast but kind of like a tech review as well. So it's an interesting thing that we discuss, and I think that that's something that we can move forward with, and that's something that you guys can look forward to as well. Zuki asks JD, what is the one thing we don't know about you? I mean, there's a lot that you guys don't know about me. I mean, some of you might know this. It tells your deepest, darkest secret. Some of you might know this, and if you listen to me being on the podcast with Mario Rivas, who tell Mario Rivas what's up. He's in the chat right now. He has he's the host of this fantastic podcast called the LTS Podcast. Please make sure you go and check him out. He's on iTunes, Stitcher, all that kind of stuff. He's on YouTube. And he's a vlogger as well, so make sure you check him out. I was interviewed by Mario, and he kind of asked me something similar, to where he said, is this your first time in YouTube? And it's kind of a secret. I don't really tell a lot of people, but I have another YouTube page, and I've done this before. And this was a long time ago. I was in Tallahassee, Florida, where I went to school at Florida State University. I was in a marketing job. That's where my marketing experience comes from, was in Tallahassee. And I had a marketing job, and I left that marketing job because I kind of lost the passion for it. It wasn't necessarily something that I expected. I love marketing, but that specific job and that specific side of marketing, because there's so many different facets to marketing, I just wasn't aware of the depth of that field. And I was in a specific type that it didn't really work very well with me. So I left that job, and I was trying to find something else. And at the time, David Blaine was really, really popular. Like really popular. Like he was like coming up, like to the point to where I had one of his tapes, like cassette, not cassette tapes, like VHS tapes. Like if some of you younger people who don't know what a VHS tape is, it's the thing that came before CDs. It was like that big, like square rectangle, or not square rectangle, it's an actual rectangle. And, you know, you have to rewind, be kind, rewind, that kind of thing. I had one of those. It was called Street Magic, and I was sitting there trying to figure out how he did that stuff, because I found that stuff interesting. I found sleight of hand interesting. I still do. I find it interesting. Not that I ever wanted to be a magician, but I just kind of found that kind of cool, right? So I was watching it, and I was sitting there, and I was just kind of trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out how he did that, because I think secretly I wanted to have some sort of success. I wanted to have some sort of small accomplishment. And because I was so down and depressed about leaving that marketing job, I didn't really have a direction in my life. I kind of gave that part up. So I was trying to do small things to make sure that I stayed motivated, to make sure that I got up the next day, because you know, you go into a pretty deep depression. I don't mind saying that. And I was trying to figure out how to do his card tricks, and I kind of figured out my way of doing it. And somebody asked me if I can tell them how to do it, because I mentioned it. It was a trick called the Jumping Gemini trick. And he asked me if I could send him a video of how to do it and try to describe it to him. So I was trying to send it in different ways. I recorded a video, a little like point and shoot thing. I literally just set it on a table, and you only see from like here to like my stomach kind of thing. So like you don't even like see my face at all. Like it was super, super amateur, all one shot. And I recorded it of how to do it, my tutorial of how to do it. And I tried sending it to him through like email. I tried sending it to him through like a file sharing, kind of like a Dropbox. I think it was called like Media File Share, something like that. There's like an older website that people used to use before Dropbox came around. And the file was just too big. I couldn't send it to him. So YouTube was the answer. So I uploaded it to YouTube. I didn't make it private or anything like that because I didn't know that you could do that. So I just uploaded it and put it up there. And at the time, those type of magic tricks and those type of tutorials were very popular. And that one Jumping Gemini trick got like 1.8 million views. I haven't checked. I literally haven't checked it in years. Like even after talking to Mario about it, I meant to go back and look, and I just completely forgot. So it could be up like over 2 million views, maybe. I don't know. I ended up doing like 8 videos, 8 different types of videos about magic tricks, because other people kept on asking me to do it in the chat. Like they were like, hey, this is great, like go ahead and do some more. This is another trick that I want you to find out how to do. Just go ahead and do it. So I was desperate to have any sort of accomplishment in my life, so I continued. I put up like 8 videos, and over the course of those 8 videos I got like, I think the last time I looked, it was like a minimum of like 4 million views across 8 videos. It was ridiculous. And the Bonding Army, what's up? Glad you're here. And that's pretty much it. That's one of my deepest, darkest secrets. I think it's still private. I think I made it private because it's kind of embarrassing. But because I told you, now that you all know, there's no reason for me to hide it. After this stream is done, I will go back into that other account and I will unlock that video. And I'm gonna get given such crap for this, but whatever, who cares. I'll go ahead and put the link to the most popular video, the Jumping Gemini video, in the description of this video after it streams. So it'll probably be about like 30 minutes or so, like after it goes up. Man, I'm kind of regretting saying that, but that's okay. It's okay. It's all right. That's fine. We'll move on. We'll move on. Thank you for the question that I had to reveal a lot about myself. Let me go back to one of these. And this is from Khalid Al-Muzini. I hope if I butcher people's names, I'm so sorry. Like I do the best that I can. He says #AskDJ. That's not correct. What do you think about smartwatches? I mean, I don't have it on right now, but I have I have an Apple Watch, and to me, as far as the tech world is concerned, there's really no other way to have a smartwatch that's not an Apple Watch, unless you're only doing specifically for fitness. Specifically for fitness. If you're doing it specifically for fitness, an Apple Watch is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's great. It's not as durable as I want it to be. Like I don't feel quite as uncomfortable, or I don't feel quite as comfortable being in the gym with that thing unless it has a pretty heavy duty case on it, like a big rubber case that kind of elevates over the screen itself, because the screen is just there to be cracked, waiting to be cracked. If you want something that's just pure fitness, or something that is going to be great for running, Garmin makes incredible smartwatches purely for fitness, just for fitness. It doesn't really work very well in other really facets. It's not, its UI isn't very good. But to me, as far as the ultimate smartwatch and the only smartwatch that you should probably be thinking about getting is the Apple Watch. It's kind of become the standard, and all of the other smartwatches have kind of gone away because of how good it is. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to another question. And guys, the chat's going so fast, I can't quite go back and see a lot of your questions. I'm so sorry if I'm going past them, if I don't see them. Again, one last time, probably not one last time, I'll remind you guys a little bit later. You guys can donate to the channel. It does help me out. It serves a couple of purposes, is that you're able to allow me to see your questions so I can answer it. Trying to go back in the stream is going to be a little bit difficult. It's not going to make the stream very interesting of seeing me just scrolling through stuff. If you want, you can donate and I'll be able to see your question, and it stays up in the chat for me to see. Also, added benefit is that it helps me out personally. It helps the channel continue. If you like the stuff, I do really appreciate if you have any donations. That would be fantastic. Let's see. Aaron Matthew Kaiser, another great YouTuber, another great friend. He says, have you underestimated the power of my dork side? No, not at all. On his channel, he is he wears this like sideways like just fedora hat that it's just on a level that I can't get on. I'm not confident enough to wear that because you make it look good. It's a dorky thing, but you make it look good. So no, I have never been ad moderator. Boom. Drew, I made you a moderator on the channel. There you go, bud. There you go. It kind of helped me filter through some of this stuff. Here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to the next question here. This one is from TechFort. TechFort is in here, but you asked a question before, and I see that you answered one up here, or asked one up here, and I didn't quite see it. So I'm just going to go to your question that you answered, or that you asked previously. He asks, why don't you use an Android phone such as the Google Pixel XL? The Pixel is said to have the best camera ever. Also great for shooting high quality videos. I don't hate Android. Not at all. I like Android a lot. As far as it having the best camera, it has a really good camera. Don't get me wrong. It has a really, really good camera. But its rear-facing camera is one of the better ones. Not necessarily its front-facing camera. This front-facing camera isn't very good. So I use my phone, just my phone, my iPhone 7 Plus, just my phone to shoot all of my videos. So everything that you see on all of my videos, period, is on a front-facing camera. That's on the front-facing camera. It looks that good. The iPhone 7 Plus is one of the best front-facing cameras. Probably the only one that's going to beat that is, oh God, what is that one called? It's like it's a Sony Xperia XA. I think that's what it's called. The Sony Xperia XA. Like, it has one of the greatest front-facing cameras ever. Period. What is happening? Drew's going rogue in the mod. Anyway, it's got one of the best front-facing cameras. Period. That one, the Desire Eye, the HTC Desire Eye, is really good too. So there's different types of things that I use a camera for as far as like filming on the phone, and it's really important to be able to use your front-facing camera because you want to be able to see yourself. You want to be able to frame yourself in the shot. It's really frustrating to have to use your back-facing camera, your rear camera, which granted it has a better camera on this, but it's just too much of a pain to try to guess where you are in the frame. It's very, very difficult to do that. So a lot of times what I did originally in one of my first videos is I actually set up and did it on my back-facing camera, the back one, and then I put a mirror behind it so I could see behind me. But the problem is that it mirrored the image, so I was like, anytime that I moved left, it was like right, and I went to right, it was like left. So it was very frustrating for me to try to move and try to keep myself in the frame and be animated, because I'm naturally I talk with my hands, as you can tell, and it's easier for me to make sure that I am in the frame. So having a front-facing camera is really important for me. I want to get a Canon 70D or a Canon 80D if I can. Those are very expensive, and I'm still a college student, and I'm saving for a ceremony, even though I'm already married. We're doing the wedding and the ceremony different. And Justin Bravo, right there, another amazing YouTuber and vlogger and friend. Please go check out his channel if you haven't checked out his channel. He's one of the best and upcoming vloggers on YouTube right now, period. He just donated $5. Thank you, Justin. And he he said, man, that's a big, I can do it. He said, explain, Justin asks, explain human consciousness. Okay. Okay, Justin, so I have a follow-up question. Do you believe that consciousness is internal or external? That is how I will answer that question from the point that you answer my question on that, and then I'll be able to get to it. Whether you think that consciousness is internal or external. See, that's the kind of stuff, like, having a physics background, I'm able to answer these kind of questions as far as on a universal scale. I have very specific views as far as life and thanks, man. You don't have to donate every time you thank you, Justin. Justin donated another $5 just for answering answering my question. That's so nice. Anyway, sorry. So internal. So sometimes there's the philosophical discussion of human consciousness being external as opposed to internal. You get into afterlife kind of discussions if you talk about your consciousness being external. If it's internal, then it is cut off after you die, basically. Human consciousness is just the understanding that you are thinking. That's the simplest way that I can put it. You're aware of your surroundings. You're aware that other things hurt. You're aware that other things laugh and other things eat, and that you need to provide for these things. You're able to change the world around you, and arguably we are able to do that the best as far as any other animal is concerned on this planet. There's other animals that are more adept to their environment than we are, far more adept to their environment than we are, and there's something to be said about consciousness and evolution when it comes to describing how that one specific animal, us, works in our environment as opposed to a monkey in its environment, an ant in its environment. An ant might not be the biggest thing, but it's one of the most efficient animals as far as its environment is concerned. It thrives. And also probably the most resilient animal in this entire world is the tardigrade. If you don't know what a tardigrade is, they call it the water bear. It's a little tiny itsy-bitsy thing that you find on some trees. It's a very specific type of tree. I don't know which one it is. They're tiny little things, and they're basically indestructible. You can dry them out, and they will just kind of go into a hibernation stage. You can reduce the water from them completely, and they will go into a hibernation stage for years. And then you put drops of water on them, and they will rehydrate and reanimate and be perfectly fine, like nothing ever happened. They can survive the vacuum of space. They don't need air. Like, they're the craziest animal that you've ever seen in your entire life. And whether those things have consciousness, we don't know. And maybe these things are able to communicate with one another and think the same thing about us. Just because we can't understand one another doesn't necessarily mean that other things aren't conscious, that other things don't have feelings, or other things don't think about their environment. We just only know, we only make these assumptions based off of what we know. So we're only able to discuss consciousness with one another because we understand one another. If you try to discuss consciousness with a dog, obviously my dog was just going and barking like crazy. It knows that there's something at the door, so it's gonna bark like crazy because it's trying to protect us. That's consciousness, right? Anyway, I feel like I'm digressing a little bit, and I'm going a little bit too far into this, because I could go so much deeper. But I think I need to move on. I can come back to this if you guys really want to hear more about this type of thing already. Okay. What is going on with Dylan? Dylan's wanting you to kick him. Listen, if somebody is so adamant about wanting to kick somebody, then who are we to say no? You know. That's fine. He can stay if he wants, but Dylan, if you kind of spam a little bit, then, you know, maybe Drew will do it. It's up to him. I made him moderator. He has the power. Okay? All right, so let's move on to another question. I kind of digressed a little bit. All right, so let's go on to the next one. This is from Matson McCraw, excuse me. He says, what is your favorite piece of tech that you own? Okay, this one might not make sense to people. I got it just recently. This one might shock you. I got it just recently. It's called the toilet light. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a light for your toilet. It's just this little motion detector thing, and it has like a little node. So you have like a brick that's here, and then it has like a little node that's attached to it that has a little light on the end of it, and you just kind of put it around your toilet bowl, stick it in there, pull the thing down. So whenever you walk in, whenever it's dark outside, and you walk in, the light turns on and it illuminates the bowl, and it's the best thing ever. And when you're trying to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you don't have to turn the lights on to wake yourself up. You just get this small little light that like illuminates the entire bowl. I think it's awesome. It's probably one of the best tech purchases I've made in a very long time, and I've bought a lot of really expensive stuff lately. So, and I have like a lot of really cool stuff. Like I have like the Xeon Smooth Q, like the handheld gimbal. I have like the DJI Spark. I have that thing. It was more than $100, but that's an amazing piece of tech. And the toilet bowl trumps all of them because it's awesome. My wife hates it. She kind of loves it. Not really, but I love it, so it's okay. Let's get to a question in the chat. Let me kind of scroll up a little bit here. A lot of this stuff I can't quite get to. Let's see. John Adam Gallegos. I'm not going to say Gallegos. It's Gallegos. Another fantastic YouTuber. I got a lot of YouTuber friends in here. It's really great. Any of these people that I discuss in here, a lot of them will have YouTube pages. If you guys haven't subscribed to these people yet, please go and make sure that you do. John is a fantastic guy. He does a lot of really great content. Definitely recommend going and checking him out. He asks, if you were yogurt, would you be fruit at the bottom or would you be fruit at the bottom or stirred? I mean, I'm gonna say thank you, Joey. By the way, thank you, Joey, for donating $3 to the super chat. That's awesome. I am definitely gonna be getting to your question for sure. I would be fruit at the bottom. I don't need to be in with all of that yogurt. It's not. I need to be the best for last because that's what I am. I'm the best at last. That's kind of an insult to me. Anyway, I want to be all of the best stuff, all in the same area, all at the bottom, that once you get past that garbage, just bland, horribly bland yogurt, and you get to the bottom, that's where I am. And I'm just there, just waiting for you to get to me so you can enjoy my delicious sweetness. So, God, man, I just saw the stream. Look at those armpit stains. My bad, guys. All right, let me get to Joey's thing real quick. Joey, thank you. Joey Mac TV, another fantastic. Seriously, I want all of you real quick. This was one of the bigger ones that I wanted to say. Joey Mac TV, they're a brand new YouTube page. Definitely go and check them out. They put up a lot of different kinds of videos. It's more of kind of like a sketch comedy. Not really sketch comedy. It's more of like a video version of like a radio show where they sit down, they kind of have a program that they give you a lot of information in. It's a lot of funny stuff, a lot of segments. It's really fantastic. Definitely recommend all of you going and subscribing to him as well. He says, tips for growing a sexy man beard. Help me. You cannot grow a beard. I know for a fact that you can't grow a beard. If you, I don't know, maybe do some push-ups or something like that, maybe the beard will start coming in, because this glorious thing is all genetics, and you can only do so much, Joey, because I have seen the facial hair that you grow, and it's patchy, man. It's patchy. If you want, I can shave this, because every so often you got to shave it down, and then I can attach it onto like a strip of tape, and then we can like put it on. Because I think this would look really good on you. It would look fantastic. I don't know if taking like any kind of supplements would work. Supplements, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. It's a dark road. definitely wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you want, I'd be more than happy to donate my luscious beard to your face. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Obina TV, what's up? Glad that you're here. Thank you very much. I think you're awesome. Let's go ahead and get to the next one here. All right. Justin Justin is killing it in the super chat right now. Listen, all of you, Justin is pulling all of the weight in the super chat in order to get these questions seen. All of you give him a break, kind of help him out a little bit. If you guys want to donate as well, of course, that is going to be very welcome on this side of it. Give Justin a little bit of a break. He's being very nice right now. He asked, will you do a no-shave November with me? Dude, I will not shave for a year if you're not going to shave for a year. I will go so hard in this with you. That's what she said. I will make sure that we have glorious, full Viking-esque beards. Granted, I'm a little gray around here, so I'm going to have like these kind of like fangs of white that comes down, but I think it'll look awesome. A lot of people at work were suggesting that I actually just go full Viking and then shave up here. It's not a good idea because my head is not the most round. It's more of, have you ever been to, or have you ever seen the movie Megamind, like the one with Will Ferrell? You know what I mean? Like where his like head is like the alien, like his head is like this, and then it goes like this, like that. That's like my head. Like my head is shaped like a light bulb. So it looks like I have an idea at all times. It's a terrible shape for a head. So hats are really good. I have a lot of them. I have some hair that's still there. It's kind of loosely holding on, but it doesn't necessarily look good. It's not a good look if I shave my head. Even if I had like the Viking beard that people could like fear or respect me, wouldn't really be a good look for me. Definitely will do a no shave November with you. I will not shave the entire month. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Obina TV says, wow, bro, I love your high quality content. You're funny. I do love the way that you do your reviews. Thank you. Thank you, Obina TV. That's very nice of you. I try my best to be entertaining and informative and funny. I think I'm funny. My wife sometimes thinks I'm funny. Sometimes people just laugh at me instead of with me, but that's okay. They're getting a laugh, and I'm okay providing that for them. Everybody, want to make sure that you all know that I think the Mr. DeVizzle, Matt from the Mr. DeVizzle, I'm pretty sure that he sent up a question that said, what is your favorite small YouTuber? I wouldn't call you a small YouTuber, the Mr. DeVizzle, but I say that you're my favorite small YouTuber. Just because, not only because of all the great videos that you put out, but he and I actually did a collab recently. He does this segment called Mad Lib Monday. If you go to Mr. DeVizzle's channel, and you'll see a picture of me kind of like doing this kind of thing, looking heroic, handsome. And he does like the Mad Lib Monday to where like he kind of like does these Mad Libs, and I provide the words to place into his Mad Lib. I thought it was great, worked really well. And so definitely go and check out his video. The video is trending, so guys, make sure that you go and give it likes, make it have more views, and that'll make Matt really happy. So yeah. All right, let's move on to another question. What's up, Dromo5? Thanks for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Once again, if you guys are new to here and you didn't hear me say it, go ahead and share out this link to this live stream. Bring some more people in here. Get some questions coming to me. I want to be able to answer them as long as you guys have them. Okay. We're going to move on to a question from Rudy Herr. He says, what's the best way to get new tech when you're on a budget, or how exactly getting sponsor my company work? Bro, the translation is a little bit off, but I understand what he's saying. The biggest thing, so it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be a tech YouTuber, I have different advice. If you're trying to just to get discount stuff or free stuff, that's different advice as well, but I'll start there. There's a lot of different sites that you can go to. There's ones like Snag Shout. It's a SNAG, Shout. It's all one word. You can go to Snag Shout. You can go to Vipon, Vipon, Vipon. That's another one. You can go to Elite Deals Club. That's another website that's going to be like a discount site. Loot Hoot, Product Elf, things like these. These are great websites that when you basically what happens is that when you go there, they offer things at a discount. So it might be 10% off, might be 20% off, 30% off, 50% off. It might even be 80 or 90% off. A lot of times in these sites, you can get these things for like 80, 90% off. The thing is that when you order these things, they want you to review them. And you don't have to give a good review, but they want you to be honest. But they want you to be informative in your reviews. So Amazon reviews are going to be the best place for you to start figuring out how you can get free stuff. That's the best way to do it, because if you have an Amazon account and if you order things from there, and if you haven't already, this is something that you need to do. You need to go on and you need to review everything that you've ever bought. It's going to take a while. I understand it's going to take a while. But you need to go and do that. It's very important because you have a profile that's associated with your Amazon account, and you're able to increase your rank because you have a reviewer rank that's associated with your account as well. Basically what that means is that you're able to hey, Justin picked up 10 subs from this chat. That's fantastic. You're able to raise your rank on Amazon, and as that rank increases, you are placing yourself on these automatic email lists that these companies will send out. They're looking for people who are reliable reviewers, people who offer good reviews. And I don't just mean like good reviews as far as like you always give 5 stars. What I mean by that is that you're giving informative reviews. So you're telling them your experience. You're saying what is good, what is bad. You're describing the product. You're describing how you're using it, how other people might like it as well. And you're providing pros and cons. So you want to have a pros and cons list as well after your kind of initial body paragraph that says everything that you like and dislike about it and kind of a description of the product. After your pros and cons list, you have kind of a conclusion where you say, overall, this product is great or this product isn't really great. Don't try to be mean. Don't just say that the product sucks. That's not very... that doesn't help a company. The whole concept behind a review is that a company can read it, another viewer can read it, and they're able to get as much information as possible. Just this thing sucks doesn't do anything but just be mean. There's no reason to do that. If you don't like it, you can say that this wasn't great for me. It didn't have a good structural. It wasn't very well built. You know, I wish that these things would be better. I wish that this wasn't great for me, but for you in this specific situation, this might be good. So you can do that kind of stuff. You can say that it's not great with being constructive and allowing the company to see these things, see the feedback, and correct it for the future, because no company is going to be opening up their own store just to sell bad stuff and then continue for it to be bad because they'll go out of business. That's not good. So you're going to want to go on to Amazon to make sure that you're reviewing everything. Over time, companies will be able to contact you. They will automatically contact you. And they'll say, hey, we have this really great product coming out. It might be for you. It might not be for you. And they'll say, do you want to review it? We'll send it to you. Or you can buy it, and then they will refund you via PayPal. And due to how Amazon works, they can't offer a product for free in exchange for a review. If you would like to buy it, they will usually just give you like a 99% discount. So you're kind of paying pennies for this thing. So you're technically really buying it, and that is make sure that is not in breach of any kind of Amazon contract. So you're basically paying pennies to get stuff that you just have to review in a couple of days after you get it. And that's very valuable for companies. So if you want to get budget stuff, you can do these different kinds of sites that are these discount sites. Let's see, it was like Loot Hoot, Product Elf, Vipon, Snag Shout, Elite Deals Club. That was the other one. You can do that, or just make sure that you're reviewing all of your stuff on Amazon. And then after a while, make sure that you contact these companies and say, hey, I review stuff. I want to review this. This looks fantastic. I really think that I would really enjoy this. Make sure that you're expressing how great you think that this would work in your life, and they'll be more than willing to send you something most of the time. Okay, hope that answered your question, Rudy. Let's go ahead and go into the chat. Let's find something here. Okay. Obedient TV asks, how are you recording? What encoder? I'm actually recording on a little webcam right now. It's a cheap little webcam. It's not like it's anything impressive or anything. It's called an AUSDOM, AUSDOM, little webcam. It's a 1080p webcam that has a little like manual focus, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. That's why I bought it. So I can kind of like make it like a little bit more blurry, a little bit less blurry, that kind of thing. I can keep it in focus, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to make sure that that is still looking good. All right. But anyway, I can do that. And then as far as the encoder is concerned, I always use OBS Studio. It's great because you can go back and forth. You can make sure that you have all of this stuff within the chat. I can put little windows up at the top that says if somebody subscribed, if somebody liked, if somebody donated, things like that. It has all these different kinds of plugins, and it's free. That's the best part about it. It's free. So it's easy to do it. It works really well with YouTube Stream Now on your YouTube dashboard. Just syncs right up with it. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's no shortage of tutorials of how to set this stuff up on YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. Just type in how to set up OBS Studios for YouTube Live, and there will be thousands of videos for you to be able to watch. Any of them will be able to help you. Let's go back to the chat, and let's find some more questions here. He's asking how to Jeff Tinlong, excuse me, I didn't mean to mess up your name. Jeff Tinlong asks, how do you put that tiny screen there so cool? Do you mean like the live chat? Like, is that what you mean? I think that's what you mean. That's part of the OBS. Yeah, that's part of the OBS software. So you can make sure that that's in there as well. Again, tutorials that you can find this stuff on YouTube. It is there for you to find. Caesar asks, are you voting for Donald again in 2020? I didn't vote for Donald Trump in 2016. I will not be voting for him in 2020. I have other options. Yeah, I didn't vote for either of the large parties. Didn't do that. But yeah, I don't know who I'm going to vote for in 2020. I am probably like most people. I don't know if I'm like most people. A lot of people tend to be a little bit more divisive about this kind of stuff, and I wish that they weren't. I'm very in the middle for stuff. I don't want any president to fail. I don't. I want the guy to do good. He's just not, in my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, entitled to different ways of running the country. I understand that I might not like every decision that every politician makes, but that's okay. People are elected. It's less the fault of the person who is elected and more the fault of the people who elect them. So if you concentrate more on educating the electorate, maybe we won't have certain people be so divisive on one side or the other. Maybe we'll have somebody that's a little bit better, like amalgamation of all the things that make us happy in America. So I'm hopeful for that kind of stuff. I voted for both sides of the aisle. So it doesn't necessarily matter specifically whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. It's just whatever the person is saying, that's who I vote for. Anyway, I don't want to keep it on politics. We're going to move on. Let's see. Let's move on. Joey Mac TV asks, which Golden Girl is the most attractive? Blanche. It's the only answer. Blanche, 100%. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer that question, Drew. I'm not going to do it. Top. Chicago, John. See, this is a big one, and I can't answer this wrong for you, John. I can't answer this. John Adam Gallegos asks, Chicago style or New York? He's referring to pizza, obviously. Chicago. For me, Chicago. Genuinely, not because you live in Chicago, not because I'm trying to be biased or I'm trying to suck up to you or anything like that, but Chicago, hands down, man. My wife, she likes that garbage New York pizza, that real thin crust kind of stuff, to where like it's just, ugh. I can't. I eat it because she likes it, and that's fine. It's pizza, so I'm not really gonna say no to that. So yeah, What do you think is the best? Pixel Wizard says, what do you think is the best price? Best price to performance mic, Blue Yeti, Snowball, or other. As far as the best price to performance, it depends on what you're looking for. What you're looking for depends on what you're... it's difficult to answer because there's lots of different aspects that you can go through as far as mics are concerned. One of the most important things, as we all understand as YouTubers, is audio. Almost over anything, you have to have good audio. You have to be able to hear me. If you hear an echo or something like that, then it's not necessarily gonna keep your interest. This is a blue. It's not a Yeti. This is a Blue Snowball Ice. They have the Blue Snowball Ice, which is the least expensive one. The Blue Snowball, which is just a little bit more expensive, and then they have the Blue Yeti, which, to me, that one's probably the best. It's one of the best mics, period, at least for YouTube, for the purposes that you're trying to use them for. If you're trying to do something like musical audio recordings, like the Yeti is still good. I wouldn't use, if you're trying to do like any kind of music, I wouldn't use any of the Blue Snowballs. But if you're looking to do something like Twitch, if you're looking to do something like this, then this is fine. You can hear me just fine. Obviously, I can step back and you can hear me fine as well. This plugs right into free programs like Audacity, which is a fantastic free program, so you can make sure that your audio sounds clean, crisp, and beautiful. But if you're wanting like something that's a little bit higher, like they have like Sennheiser is always really fantastic for different types of microphones, but that's more for a like filming. So what I would love to get at some point in my life, what I would love to get is a Blue Sennheiser boom mic, because I use a Rode microphone right now. It's a Rode Micro and it sits on top of my camera rig, and it's a directional microphone. It's just an omnidirectional microphone, to where like all the sound is basically concentrated in this one kind of area. So if you have a boom mic, you pick up the sound from everywhere around you. So if I'm sitting here talking to you with my Rode video microphone and I turn like this, the sound dips down, as opposed to if I'm talking to you right here. This is more clean and crisp. This will sound like it's kind of like an echo. So that's not necessarily the most ideal thing. It was just a cheaper option for me to get started in YouTube, and I haven't upgraded my mic yet because I haven't really needed to yet. I'm doing all of this stuff within my spare bedroom. This is kind of like our studio. It's got the bed there, but this is where I have my kind of office in a way. Like, I don't really like to call it that. It's more of just the spare bedroom. But I use it for the YouTube studio. It's where my PC is. It's where I'm able to set up all of my stuff, and it's out of the way of the rest of the house. I don't want to invade the rest of the house because my wife deserves her space as well. She needs to have me not take over the entire house and turn it into one gigantic YouTube studio. Eventually, I will do that. I would like to get a larger place and turn one of the rooms into a YouTube studio. That would be fantastic, but it would be like my space, you know. It'd be for me. You know, I can't feel good about doing that until my wife has a space as well, because I can't have a space if she doesn't have a space. That's just fair, right? You know, you have to make sure that everything is equal in the relationship. So eventually I would really like to do that. Let's go to, whoops, let's go to one of the hashtag AskJD questions that's people got to me on social media. LaserJet says, what is the best bit of tech that you've ever bought under $100? No, I asked that one. I answered that one, I think. No, that was Matson. Matson, he asked, what is your favorite piece of tech that you own? Toilet light. Yeah, again, it's toilet light for sure. I'm sticking with that one. It's toilet light, 100%. Let's go to another one. Lance Icy, he asks, who's your favorite who's your favorite tech YouTuber? My favorite is you. That's so nice, man. Thanks, Lance. That's very, very sweet of you. My favorite tech YouTuber. I have a lot of favorite YouTubers. To narrow it down to my favorite tech YouTuber, I would have to say probably Jonathan Morrison. It's like a tie between like a couple of them. Like the common answers are like MKBHD. I like Unbox Therapy a lot. He's kind of gotten into like this bigger persona to where it's more of like of a show and less of like of a personal kind of thing. But I really like the TLD group of people. So the TLD group of people is Austin Evans. You have Jonathan Morrison, Your Average Consumer. You also have Kevin Kennison, Crystal Key, fantastic YouTuber. She offers really like great, like entertaining, like really positive, entertaining tech reviews. But Jonathan Morrison's probably I would say that he's my favorite because our styles are very similar to one another, and he kind of has like this like silly kind of personality as far as his sense of humor is concerned. So I really kind of gel well with that type of person, the type of person at least he makes himself out to be on his videos. I gain a lot of inspiration from him a lot. Jason from JSO Reviews, he's always been one of my inspirations as I was coming up. He's another guy that he's actually the first one that I answered the question for. I really wish that he was here. I'd really like to be able to plug his channel. I'll plug it again here a little bit later. But as far as like those type of like tech YouTubers, like those are kind of like my favorites, the TLD group. They're really fantastic. As far as other YouTubers are concerned, I have a really long list. I'll kind of go over them briefly. To give you a short list, everyone that's in the description right now, as I always put them, is they are all my favorite YouTubers. All the people that are in the description right now, to where I say like, hey, like go ahead and check these people out. I mean it. I don't recommend people lightly. These people are all fantastic. They're all game changers on YouTube, and they're all absolutely worth subscribing to and messaging and liking and commenting and telling them what's up, telling them that I sent you. That would be really, really cool. Other people, but of course, like Casey Neistat. I mean, who doesn't like Casey Neistat? Well, some people don't like Casey Neistat, but I think it's okay. I think he's fine. What he's doing, I think it's okay. And Drew, real quick, Drew Peterson, he says, if you're wearing pants, prove it. I mean, is that proof enough? I don't know if you could see that. I don't know. I gotta wait until like, yeah, there's pants. Okay, you can see it. There's shorts, man. And KY Tech says, give me a shout out. Everyone, please go and check out KY Tech. Absolutely. There's your shout out, big guy. And, but anyway, as far as like other YouTubers, I really have been like digging like Sean Duras lately. He has like over 1 million subscribers, so I'm really late to the game. But he's awesome. He's another vlogger. He does a lot of really great stuff. Really positive dude. Really, really love like watching his stuff. I've been like binge watching it lately. It's been awesome. I mean, there's tons of people. There's like Nick Nimmin. He's a really great YouTuber as well. I have gained a lot of inspiration and stuff from him. He gives a lot of like really great tech and not tech advice, but YouTube advice on how to grow your YouTube, how to grow your social media, how to grow your presence on this medium. Really great guy. Really really interesting style as well. Not really a lot of people are doing what he does on YouTube. I'm going to move on real quick. I saw something on the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to my father, David Prevost. He is on the chat right now. He asked, what is my favorite spy novel? So, one moment. My favorite spy novel is The Right Guard. Why is this my favorite spy novel? Because my wonderful stepmother wrote it. I need everybody to go out there. This is actually Alexander Hamlet. It is called The Right Guard novel. Alexander Hamlet. It really is. I'm not saying this because just because they're family members. I'm not saying that. I promise. Like I would have just moved on from that question and just act like that I didn't see it. This is one of the best spy novels I've ever read in my entire life. This is probably going to be part of a trilogy. I definitely recommend all of you going to Amazon right now and picking up. I'm going to type it in right now. Whoops. The Right Guard. please go and check that out on Amazon. If you really, really like spy novels, if you like any kind of suspense, any kind of like suspense within your fiction, as far as like your reading recommendations are concerned, I definitely recommend going and picking this up. It's going to be part of a trilogy. There's big things that are going to be happening for this series. I definitely recommend you guys getting on it right now because it's going to get big. Okay? And Chelsea Bradley, another one, is here now. What's up, Chelsea? Thank you for joining. She says, jumping in, heard you talking about family members. That's my cousin right there. Chelsea's fantastic. Definitely everybody say hi to Chelsea. Make sure that you go and follow her on all of her social medias and bug her at every moment that you possibly can. Send her a million messages at all times. At all times. At all times. Okay? At all times. All right. Let's see. We are going to go to another question that's on here. All right, it's kind of tough for me to see whatever questions were up there. I'm going to say it again for some of you that haven't been here. Oh, Corbin, I'll answer you real quick. 1 second. I found your stuff. If some of you don't know, it's really hard for me to see the questions because the chat is going a little bit fast. It's hard for me to go back and see what you are typing because I don't want to be looking over here at the chat. I want to be looking at you. So if I'm answering a question, I might not be able to see whatever question that you're asking. So if you want to ensure that your question is answered, there is a little $sign that's underneath the line where you type something in the chat. You can donate to the channel. It's called a super chat. If you donate $1, $5, $10, $100, $1,000 maybe, you're able to get your chat highlighted, or you're able to get your comment highlighted, and I can see it. Guarantees that I will answer your question, get to it, and give you a little bit of a more personal one-on-one time. I'll give it a little bit more time to the question, answer it a little bit more in depth. So if you guys are able to do that, that would be really helpful for me. Support the channel, and I'll be able to see your questions. Let's go ahead and move on. Corbin Stewart just plainly says, what do you do here? Corbin, I don't know if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that little notification button as well to make sure that you are updated on all the new videos that come out. For me, I am a tech review YouTuber that my entire channel is focused on helping you make better tech purchase decisions. I don't want to just pick up a piece of tech and tell you whether it's whether you should just buy this or not. I want to tell you exactly everything about it, how my experience is with it, how I use it, how you can use it, how you might like it, might not like it, depending on the situation that you're in. I showcase it, and I give you my recommendation of whether I would purchase this again or not. Period. I'm not here to baby you. I'm not here to kind of hold your hand and let you know that whether something is good or bad as far as for everyone. I just want to give you as much information as possible, treat you like an adult so you can make the decision for yourself whether you should purchase this thing or not. I try to make my videos as informative, entertaining, and funny, if I can, as possible. You might not like my sense of humor, but I like it and other people like it, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. And if you don't like it, that's okay. So, Corbin, thank you. He says, love tech reviews. Sorry, Corbin, the Nightbot, it's an automatic thing. If you... Oh my gosh. It says terminated. Sorry. The Nightbot's a little bit crazy sometimes. If you put things in all caps, it's going to kind of like look at that as spam. So sorry, that's just kind of a thing that's already set up. I will change that the next time because I don't think that's necessarily a timeout worthy action. So sorry about that. Didn't mean for it to time me out. That was just something that it automatically does. Sorry about that. It's okay. If you type sorry at all in caps, it's probably going to do it again. It's okay if you put there you go. There you go. I know, Drew, it wasn't you. It's the automatic thing. It's just to try to keep people talking within the thing. KY Tech says, what's your favorite piece of tech? I kind of already answered that one. It's called the toilet light. I'll talk about it for a third time. If you haven't seen this already, it's a little motion detector that you put around the edge of your toilet. It has a little node, a little light that sits in the toilet that when you walk in, it turns on. So you don't miss the toilet if you're in the middle of the night. It's the best thing ever. It's awesome. Max Fernbacher asks, what's up, Max? Glad for you to be here. He says, what is your goal for this channel in the next year? I can answer that one pretty quickly. by the end of the year, I want to have 10,000 subscribers. But more importantly, I want to have 500,000 views across my videos. I have about 125,000 right now. I gained that once I got serious about YouTube. I gained that in about five months or so, about 5 or 6 months or so. And I think that by the end of the year, 500,000 is kind of a tough reach. But things that are worth having are not easy to get. So you set them really high, set high standards for yourself, and you're able to succeed. And the goal and the feeling of accomplishing that goal is that much sweeter when it's really, really difficult. So that's my goal, is to get 500,000 views across all of my videos. And I think through just having 500,000 views, 500,000 views across my videos, I think naturally I'll have over 10,000 subscribers. I think naturally people will find my information, my videos valuable enough to subscribe and to be able to remain subscribed. So I think that that's an obtainable, yet difficult, but obtainable goal. I'm confident in my skills. I'm confident in the channel, and I'm confident in you guys helping me get there. As far as for the following year, like a year from now, I want to be able to have this be a larger part-time thing. I'm working in another job right now. I'm finishing school, and I'm doing this on the side. It's very difficult to try to keep all of that balance, as well as creating time for your friends and family. It's very, very difficult to juggle all this stuff, and it's very stressful. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really stressful, but it's worth it because I get to talk to you. I get to do stuff like this. I think it's awesome. Justin, Justin, thank you again. Justin is killing it right now with the super chats, guys. Give Justin a break. All you guys can donate if you would like, but give Justin a break. He's being very kind about this stuff. It's really fantastic. Anyway, I want to make this a larger part-time thing, because the more time that I can dedicate to this, the more time that I can be at home, the more time that I can be here to grow the brand, to grow the channel, and to communicate with you more is better. I want to create more videos for you. I want to give you more content, more creative content. I want to do different types of things. I want to create a larger hub that you can come to for all different types of interest that has to do with JDTechTV and tech. So I want to make this eventually a full-time thing. That's the ultimate goal, is to make this full-time, as well as continuing my pursuits and my passions of physics, planetary science, astrophysics, things of that nature, and maybe one day combining these two mediums, these two passions. I really, really would like to do that. So that's really the ultimate goal. Let me go ahead and go back. Justin, the super chat, he says, is the universe finite or infinite? As far as we know, the universe is infinite, as far as we know. We can only see so far out in the universe, and we say that the universe is 13.8 billion years old, 13.8 or 14.8? I can't remember. My brain is a little bit fried right now. This is the whole stress thing. Sometimes your brain doesn't recall certain facts, especially simple facts like this one. Universe is really, really old. And we only know that because we can only see light coming to us from a certain distance. So the furthest reaches that light is coming to us that we see in a telescope, that is 13.8 billion light years away. And a light year just means that it takes light 1 year to travel a certain distance. How long light takes to travel a certain distance. And it'll take us a year. It'll take a year to get to us. Sorry, my eye is really bothering me right now. So we only know things that are as far away as 13.8 billion years old. The thing that's kind of trippy is light might not have gotten to us yet. That's even further away. Light might still be coming to us that we just simply haven't seen yet. For what we see as black space just means that the light has not reached us yet. So as our understanding grows, as time goes on, our understanding grows about the universe. The more time that you discuss something, the more time that you study something, the more time that you exist in that discipline, the more that you learn. And science tends to kind of get a bad rap for changing a lot of times. And it's simply the facts that we know within science is that we determine the world around us with the scientific method. And it's just a tool. So science isn't necessarily a thing, it's a tool of how we determine the world around us, how we determine facts with the world around us. Light might not have gotten to us yet, so that we might, our understanding as time goes on, our understanding of how big the universe is might increase. Literally, the size of the universe might increase from what we previously thought. The universe is expanding at some points faster than the speed of light. That's kind of a tough explanation. I know people think that things can't go faster than the speed of light, and they're right. Kind of. It's easier to demonstrate with a rubber band. I don't have one right now, but just trust me when I say that in some instances with physics, things can technically go faster than the speed of light, depending on the point of your perspective. I think that might have confused you more. Yeah, I think that might have confused you more. But to finish Justin's question, I think space is most likely infinite, but I only say that because we can't know whether it has a wall because we haven't found it yet. The best things that a scientist can do is to say the words, I don't know. So we can only go off of the things that we do know, and anything that's outside of that, we have to say, I don't know. We can't say whether something is or isn't if there is not actual verifiable proof to say whether something is or isn't. You just have to say under certain probabilities and under certain certainties, we know something is one way or the other. Physics as a whole is kind of leaning more towards the concept of it being infinite, although there is a lot to say about infinite universes, like multiple universes, parallel universes. So in some way there might be a bubble to where everything is next to each other. Different universes are in a different bubble that's kind of next to each other. It could be, and the infinite universes or the parallel universes could be different as well. So he's asking a lot of these like really far out like physics questions that I really wish that I could get into, but I'm trying to give you the shortcut version of it, like the footnote version of it, and it's not working out very well. I'm sorry. It's such a complex thought that most of the time I don't even understand it. I'm doing my best to try to learn, but a lot of this stuff is out of my reach right now. I'll get there, but it's definitely one of those things that I can sit down and explain to you. If I had about 30 minutes to explain it to you, I could properly do it, but trying to give you a footnotes version doesn't always work out the best. Tambor76 says, question, favorite Van Allen frontman, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar? David Lee Roth, how dare you suggest anything otherwise? How dare you? No, I really don't care. I'm gonna crucify myself here. Not a huge fan of Van Halen. I don't dislike it. I just never really went out of my way to like go out of my way to listen to it as a like outside of their like big hits. I was joking about the David Lee Roth. I really don't have an opinion one way or the other as far as that. Obina TV, I'm so sorry. You've been asking this question a bunch. I've seen it. She says, Obina, I would assume, says, I record on the Samsung Galaxy S6. What accessories do you know for the phone that would help me in recording? The best things that you can do as far as your recording on your cell phone, just a few things. You need a good tripod. You need a good mount. Depending on the type of where you're recording, you can do something like a Joby Gorillapod SLR zoom, which is what I'm using right now to have my webcam on right now. It's the most sturdy, it's the most versatile. It's probably the best tripod that's out there right now that's going to be a small handheld tripod. As far as like larger ones, you can go really expensive with tripods like in the Manfrotto type of realm, to where it gets into like the hundreds of dollars and sometimes even like $500. You can get those, but you don't really need to. Like the one that I have is, let me see if I can do this without knocking things over. The one that I have is called a Ravelli. Let's see if you can see this on the stream. This one's called a Ravelli, and it's a compact tripod. I mean, it's not too small, but it's not too big. It comes out to be about like 71 inches after everything's extended. But it has, like, you know, some like really easy, nice mounts. On here, it has your, you know, you can adjust the pitch of it. You can just adjust it up and down. You can loosen this to make sure that you're getting like these really like good, like smooth, crystal smooth pans. Sorry, this is a terrible demo. I'm so sorry. It's really easy for you to kind of like move this one around, and a lot of these tripods that are out there right now, they do that. So if you want to get like really good pans, like you can do that. Bina says, yeah, I have the, yeah, that's right, you bought it. I think you said that before. Those are fine. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You can get a cheap tripod. This was a cheap tripod, and I use it for all of my videos. It's fantastic. I'm going to run this thing into the ground because it works. Why would I buy another one if it works? As far as the mount is concerned, I just use this. This is called a V-mount. And what that is that you allow these different kinds of spaces here, which you can have hot shoes and cold shoes. A lot of those are kind of confusing to people that don't know what this is. These are called cold shoes. This will attach to any kind of mount. This is a cell phone mount right here. This is an Arkon cell phone mount. You just stick your cell phone right in there. Just kind of sticks in there just like that. And then it has these little screws on top of here where you can attach. This is my Rode video microphone. It's got the dead cat on it right now. You can take that off to it takes away like wind noise, stuff like that. But this one is the Rode video microphone, and this is the omnidirectional one that's just like this kind of like cone that it can hear you really well, but it works really, really well. You have these connectors that will plug right into your phone, and that'll be able to record audio that way. On your V-mount, you're able to attach different types of things. So on your V-mount, you have cold shoes. You have things right here, which are called hot shoes, and that basically allows you to attach to a 3/4 mount. Your 3/4 mount is just this little thing that's going to be on top, the screw mount here. It's a 3/4 inch mount. It's a standard size. Most things are going to fit that. You stick that right on there, and then you can do things like LED panels like this. This is an LED panel from NEEWER, and it's just a light. It's just an LED panel light. It has different types of screens that you can change out. This one is just a lighter screen. They have a yellow screen that kind of helps you create something that's a little bit dimmer, a little bit more intimate feeling. Depending on the images that you have behind you, can kind of help you color grade it before you have to go into post-production and stuff. What's up, Lance? Glad that you're here, buddy. But you can use a cold shoe, which another cold shoe is under here, attached to a hot shoe that is attached to the thing itself. So you kind of need a couple different products. And you can see on this V-mount, there's a little slot which you can slide the cold shoe right into it. There's a little screw mechanism. Slide it right in there. Screw it down. And there we go. And then you can put your other mount. Just making for great video, I'm sure. Anyway, this basically goes right here. You have that there, and you're able to use your phone, and you're able to use a light, have it straight in front of you, because illuminating your face is very important, obviously. You want to make sure that you have all of that set up for you in order to have the best visual experience and the best audio experience for your viewers. So over here, let's go ahead and set this down back there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Zuki asks, hashtag AskJD, excited for the iPhone 8? If so, what are you most excited for with it? Yes, of course I'm excited for the iPhone 8. I'm excited for anything new in the tech world, especially something that's supposed to be as revolutionary as this. I'm most excited for its rumored augmented reality capabilities. That's supposed to be one of the big things that the iPhone 8 is going to have capabilities of. So for example, this has a lot of really crazy applications, but this is just one of them. So say that you want to measure something. So instead of having to take your tape measure out, a physical tape measure, all you'll do, take your phone, you'll point it at something, you'll press the button to start the tape measure. You'll see on your screen that there is a tape measure being projected onto whatever surface that you are pointing your screen at, and then you'll just move it across the surface. And as you move it across, the tape measure gets longer and longer and longer. It is a artificial tape measure, augmented reality, projected right onto the thing that you're looking at on your screen. And you can do that on any flat surface. There's different types of aspects that augmented reality is really going to become something special in the next couple of years. VR is already kind of like making its way into that world. It's not quite completely consumer friendly yet. It's very high end. It's very expensive still. Over time, as it goes on, as the tech develops, as they find out more ways, as the tech advances, they'll find out more ways to make it cheaper, allow more people to be able to get into this world. I think VR is going to be the future of video games. It's going to be the future of interacting with television shows. It's going to be the future of interacting with family members that are across the country. Same thing with augmented reality, holograms, things like that. You're going to be wearing glasses and you'll be able to see a family member standing in front of you. That's going to be like an augmented reality. And it starts usually with things like this, with handheld stuff, with phones, as a proof of concept. So as these things kind of go on, you'll see more and more over the next like 5 years that augmented reality is going to become a big deal. And I think that a phone that is taking advantage of that and hopping onto that is worth noticing. I don't think that the Samsung Galaxy or the Samsung Note 8 is going to have that, although I'm excited for that phone as well. The Galaxy S8, like, it's awesome. It just didn't have enough that was different from the iPhone 7 Plus for me to switch to it. It's a beautiful phone. It's probably the most beautiful phone that's ever been created. But just for the fact that the Samsung Galaxy S8 was beautiful wasn't enough for me to switch over to it. I'm waiting for that phone to help me switch over back to Android. I had HTCs for a long time, but that one kind of crapped out on me, and I ended up going back to iPhone kind of for that reason. It just kind of never left. I don't have a preference to iPhone or Android. Like, I think they're both great. I think they're both fine. Not on that war for stuff. Obina TV asks, it says, what do you find so special about the iPhone 7 as you use it to record all times at the DSLRs? It's what I have. I don't have an expensive DSLR. I will. Like, once I get, like, I really want, like I said, a Canon 70D or a Canon 80D. I really want that, but it's really expensive. I don't have the money for it yet. So, like I suggest for tech reviewers, use what you have. Review what you have. And your phone, like most phones that are out right now, are high quality enough to where you can produce these really fantastic videos. I'm able to do it. So with combining with Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use, I have a PC as opposed to a Mac. If I had a Mac, I'd be using Final Cut. I'd like to get a Mac eventually because I've used Final Cut before and I like it better. Plus, the nice part about a Mac is that you can use both Adobe Premiere and Final Cut. On a PC, you have to use only Adobe. You can't use Final Cut on a PC unless you kind of get like a pirated version that like the coding is kind of busted open, but like then it causes all kinds of problems as far as like rendering. Like, it's a nightmare. I really wish Apple would just kind of open that stuff up. That would be great. I really would wish that I didn't have to buy like a $2,000 computer in order just to use Final Cut Pro. But eventually I will. I know that I will. Justin asks, is order more perfect than chaos? Or is chaos just a higher form of order? Hashtag AskJD. You're kind of right. Chaos is so the word entropy, if none of you know what that is, the word entropy just means that everything starts in order and eventually breaks down into chaos. Chaos is the natural way that all things within the universe goes to and eventually will become. Everything goes from a more ordered state to a less ordered state. Period. It is one of the backbones of physics. Entropy will be there until the end of time. So order is not necessarily more. Order is more perfect than chaos as opposed to how everything is organized. But chaos is like you said, it's a higher form of order because it is a progression. Whether you want to call that higher or lower, that's entirely up to you. But entropy, everything starts in an ordered state and goes to a disordered chaos state. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get back to TechBird asks JD, voiceover mic for under $50. This is really fantastic. This is the Blue Snowball Ice. They have the Blue Snowball and then the Blue Snowball Ice. There's very small differences between the two. If you're doing something just like this, like I think you're going to be making tech reviews with your channel, this will be fine. This is really great for voiceovers. I use it for voiceovers, and I also use this. I don't know if you saw this, but this is the Rode Video Mic, Rode Video Micro. You can see that right there, Rode Video Micro, and this is a great one as well if you're going to be doing it like with your camera right in front of you like this. So it's really great for you to get great audio while you're recording your A-roll as well. And a lot of times, like, I'll use this sometimes for B-roll, but most of the time what I do whenever I'm making my videos, I will record my A-roll like this with this right in front of me. I'll record my A-roll, and then I will speak my B-roll. I will speak my voiceovers. I kind of plan it to that extent. So I want to make sure that the audio is consistent, because if I'm recording something on this and then I go back and I record something on this, then the audio can't necessarily match up as well as I want it to. Now you can go into like something like Audacity and you can adjust it and try to get it as close as you possibly can, but this is going to create a more consistent sound as opposed to this. This you have to have a little bit more experience if you want to really bring out the technology behind the Blue Snowball Ice. You have to use programs like Audacity to do that. It's free. It's a free program. Just go and download it. And my best advice would just, if you're going to use Audacity, and if you're going to use this, which this is fantastic. This microphone is fantastic. If you're going to do that, then make sure that you're going and watching tutorials. I can get with you later. I can send you a tutorial that's really great that helped me learn how to use Audacity. It takes about 15 minutes to watch the video, and it's comprehensive and lets you know everything that you need. But most of the time, I'll actually use this just because I'm already filming with it. You know, I'm already filming and making sure that this, because I'm shooting my A-roll with it, I want to make sure that that my audio is as consistent as possible. Justin asked for $2 for super chat. The $2, could you do a rundown of all 10 dimensions? There are technically 11 dimensions. String theory requires that there is 11 dimensions. Time is one of them. I don't know if I could do that off the top of my head, to be completely honest. String theory is not my forte. Quantum physics, all that kind of stuff, like, I have taken classes on it and I do terribly. Usually people who are better at general physics, I'm better at general physics as far as like the physics of the big, not necessarily the physics of the small. I'm gonna go down a list. I'm gonna cheat because I don't know if I could do that off the top of my head. Yeah, physical quantities. It's more about like the physical quantities. Kind of. I can't. Okay. I need you to ask another question because that one I can give you a rundown, but seriously, it would take like 30 minutes. Plus, I'd have to look up some of them that I forgot. It's a lot of this information I don't keep in my brain. But if I saw it, I could easily like kind of tell you like what it is. But it would literally take me like 30 minutes to kind of explain why it is the way that it is and why it's called the thing that it's called and how it affects our universe and how it could possibly affect other universes as well. I need another question from you. TechBird asks, do you script your tech reviews? Kind of. Justin, you didn't stump me. You kind of did because, well, technically you kind of did because I don't remember a lot of that stuff off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up. You did stump me a little bit. But TechBird asked, do I script my tech reviews? Kind of. My B-roll I script more. The B-roll, I have a specific thing that I want to say, because if I'm introducing a product and if I'm using that as a chance for the viewer to be able to see the product, then I need those aspects of it to be the most informative. So the entertaining part is the A-roll, is me. I try to make the A-roll part entertaining, and I try to just give a loose outline of what I want to say, the type of thing that I want to say, to like, all right, just kind of cover this kind of stuff. And it's more of like bullet points that I write down. I do physically write down a script, yes, but it's not like word for word like you might expect. The A-roll, because I tried doing it to where I scripted my A-roll and it just didn't feel genuine. It felt kind of robotic, because I'm not a great actor. Like, I can't act very well, like in front of a camera. I don't know. It's just not really my thing. I'm able to kind of go off the cuff a little bit, and if I do that, it kind of like allows me to include my personality a little bit more, include the humor, and most of the stuff just kind of like comes to me as I'm saying it most of the time. The B-roll is hyper scripted. I'm literally like reading line for line, because I want to make sure that I'm getting all of the information necessary to tell you as much as I can about the product, to make the company happy that I'm working with, because I mean, whether you like it or not, like, whenever I work with these companies, it's their product, and they're trusting me to give me the product in exchange for a review, right? So you want to try to go out of your way to treat them fairly as well, obviously, right? Because it's a business. All of this YouTube stuff is a business. You have to make sure that you're treating everybody fairly. I want to treat the viewer fairly. I want to make sure that you get all the information that you can without it feeling like I'm forcing it on you, without you feeling like I'm doing something dishonest. I don't want to ever lose your trust. I had a frog in my throat. But I want to make sure that I'm being as open and honest as I possibly can about a product. I'm not going to just gush about a product just because somebody sends it to me. I think that it's important for me to communicate that with the companies that I work with. They're very aware that all of my videos and my opinions are entirely mine. They can give me a rundown of certain things that they might want me to say, because that's part of their marketing message. That's part of the thing that they want to express to the viewer. That's the thing that they think will create the most sales for them. I'm more than happy to say those different types of things, the technical side of it, of saying that all of these types of things, this is what this product does, this is the specs of this product, this is what this product is capable of. I'm more than happy to say stuff like that. As far as my opinion of whether I think that it's good or not, whether I think that it will work well in certain types of environments, certain types of situations, that opinion is entirely mine, and I insert that at my own will, and I let them know that. So all of my reviews, it has nothing to do with trying to become like a shill, not like a corporate shill or anything like that, to where I'm just saying it because somebody gave me something for free and I'm just trying to be nice because they gave it to me to review. It's not what I'm doing at all. It's a partnership. I want to make sure that my audience gains value, and I want to make sure that the company gains value, and that's through exposure, sales for them, sales for me. That's also a great thing as well. Also, I'm getting something in exchange. I'm getting to have a product where I can make a video for you, which is the most important thing to me, is communicating different types of new tech, different types of new videos, new ideas to my audience, and I need products to do that. And so we're all getting something out of it, right? We're all able to profit in some way, whether it's physical or non-physical. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I'm going to go back to a question that I have. I believe I still had a few more of these things. I'm going to butcher this name. Tarian Saway. By the way, really quickly. Thank you. See, okay. I'm going to go back to this question here in just a second. My father, who also has physics knowledge, an incredibly accomplished man, he just put up all the different types of dimensions. Justin, there you go. My dad, 1 to 4 length, width, depth, and time, 5 to 6, according to super string theory. 5th to 6 dimensions, wherein the notion of possible worlds arises. I think you should. I think my dad should create a YouTube page so he can send him $5 for a super chat, because he just took my question and answered it, the one that I couldn't answer. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm gonna get back to this question. Thanks, Dad saved me. So Terry and Sway says, what is your daily drivers? Pics and phone. Pictures meaning camera, I suppose, and the phone. It's both of them. My iPhone 7 Plus, that's my daily driver. That's the one that I use the most for everything. I use it for my camera for all my YouTube videos, and I use it as my regular daily driver. I don't have other phones. I'm not one of those people that has like different Android phones, like just for like a camera, or just for just because I'm a cell phone enthusiast. I am a cell phone enthusiast, but I don't want to have like multiple plans. I don't want to have a cell phone without it being connected to a network. Like, that completely defeats the purpose for me. So normally I'll just have like one of these at a time. Financially, whenever I'm able to do that, sure, I'd really like to be able to have different types of phones. Zuki asks, what's my first smartphone? The iPhone, I think. Technically, that was my first smartphone. I had one of those like double flip like Samsung phones, like the old school like Samsung like flip phones, but the phone was awesome. Like, it was to be completely honest, my favorite phone of all time was a Samsung phone. It's an old school flip phone, and the thing that was cool about it is that it had a double hinge. So it had a flip phone here, and then it flipped open this way like a normal flip phone would, but it also flipped open this way. So you had your keyboard that whenever it's flipped this way, you had your numbers and your keyboard and everything that was like straight up and down. But if you flipped it sideways, it looked like a keyboard, and then your screen was in landscape mode. It was the coolest thing. It freaked me out. The fact that like it just went burp and then like sideways, like that was so revolutionary to me at the time that I couldn't comprehend how cool that was. And still to this day, because my reaction, it was such a huge jump for me as far as the capability of the phone and as far as what it could do. It was such a huge jump for me that will always remain possibly my favorite cell phone ever of all time. My favorite smartphone would technically have to be the iPhone 3. I jumped on it on the 3. I think that would be my first one, because I was going to get the original iPhone, but I literally held on to that Samsung phone for like 5 years. Like, that was my baby. Like, I didn't want to give that thing up for anything. So I eventually, because it was kind of breaking down and they stopped selling them at the time, you can get them now for like $40. Like, I happened to look not that long ago, and you can get them for like $40 online. So don't have a reason to have one now other than just it being a relic. But yeah. The iPhone 3 was technically my first smartphone, technically. Let's go back to another question here. I have Cyndaquil824 asked, do you have any tips for starting a stream for the first time? Yes. Start. Just do one. That's all you have to do. That's my best advice that you can have for YouTube, is just start. Period. Stop thinking about it. Stop trying to make everything perfect. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Period. Always. Just make sure that something gets out. You will get better over time. Just start. Just do it. Figure it out as you go. If you don't like the stream, so what? Change it. It's fine. As far as like the technical answer to that, probably the best way would be OBS, which is what I use. OBS Studios. It's a free program that you can use. Getting like a professional mic is a good idea as well. Doing like the blue snowball ice is a great thing, especially if you're going to do something like Twitch, which is a gaming streaming thing. If you're able to do that, then having a blue snowball ice is a good idea. Blue snowball ice or above, that's a pretty good one that you can use. Making sure that you have a good camera. You can stream from your cell phone, by the way. You can stream YouTube Live, you can stream Twitch Live from your cell phone, and you don't need to have like this expensive camera. I mean, even the webcam that I have right now is like $20, and it produces a pretty good image. It could be better, but it produces a pretty good image for like $20. If I wanted it to be better, I could have just used my cell phone. But using it with OBS and all that kind of stuff, it's hard to do it with your cell phone. It's possible if you have an Android phone, it hooks up with your computer a little bit better. With an iPhone, good luck doing that on a PC. On a Mac, there's a way to do it, but it's kind of complicated. But just getting like a $20 like webcam is fine. That's a good place to start. That video, audio, making sure that your audio is on point is really, really important. Justin Bravo asks, why are there exceptions to every rule? What do you mean by that? Elaborate on that, because that's kind of a broad question. Do you mean as far as the physics is concerned, or you just mean... Also, can I shout out Lindley? What's up, Lindley? How are you? Glad that you're here. Glad that you're listening. Hope that you can come to Orlando soon. Hope both of you can come to Orlando soon. Just notice how I'm really close up in the mic, because this is how much that I care about you guys coming, and I want it to be louder so you can hear me. Yeah. Anyway, I want you guys to come to Orlando soon. That'd be awesome. Everybody say hi to Lindley. By the way, everybody in the chat, make sure to say hi to Lindley. Give her some love. Let her know that you're here. Let her know that she's awesome. Says, with being a TV... oh no, TechBird. If you're editing on your phone. Okay. And... woo! Let's move on to another question here. Dan from Straight Up Tech says, what's your favorite pastime? I have a lot. I don't know. That one's kind of tough. Lately, here's the problem with me. Here's the big problem. I have way too many passions, and I can't settle on a single one of them. It's caused me a lot of frustration in life. I can't stick to one thing. It drives me crazy. Drives everyone else around me crazy. As I get older, I'm sort of I've realized that, and I understand that that's a gigantic fault of mine, is that I can't focus on one specific thing. But lately, honestly, it's YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I kind of stopped watching TV altogether. It's just Victoria, my wife, and I, we watch Netflix pretty much exclusively. Like Netflix, and I watch like YouTube a lot, and it's kind of a good thing for me to like have some sort of downtime. I gain a lot of inspiration through that, through watching other YouTubers do what they do. It recharges me. It allows me to get back into the mindset of being creative and creating something for YouTube. As far as other stuff, I mean, I like going and like hanging out with my dog. Like I have a like miniature Australian Shepherd. She's awesome, and we go to the park all the time. I like going and riding my bike. My wife and I were, as some of you already know, as I said, live in Orlando, Florida. So that's the home of the happiest place on earth, Disney. We go and do that stuff a lot. She loves it, and I love seeing her happy. So of course I'm gonna go. I tend to like different types of theme parks better. I like Islands of Adventures and Universal, stuff like that, a little bit better. But Disney's awesome, so don't get me wrong. But we do that stuff all the time. I like going to new restaurants. I like doing that kind of stuff. I like going and just being outside, getting some good vitamin D. I don't know. I don't have a specific favorite like pastime, because it just changes like all the time. I can't focus on one thing. So it depending on what day you ask me, depends on what my favorite pastime is. But lately it's been YouTube. I mean, as sad as that sounds, as recluse as that sounds, that's what it is. So let's get to a couple more questions. Zizuki asks another question, says, ask JD, first favorite video game, if you're into that. Oh, am I into that? How dare you? Of course I'm into that. Honestly, you know what's crazy is that I never thought, some of you might not know, I'm 33 years old. The gray hair makes me look like I'm 43. I act like and dress like I'm 19. So 33 is my age. I never thought that I would get out of video games. I never thought that I would stop playing them. And I'd never imagined a day to where like people that I knew that were older, they'd be like, I don't have time for video games anymore. They still love them, but they just don't have time for them anymore. I don't have time for video games right now. And it's sad and it sucks, because all I think about is all the different responsibilities that I have to make my life better, make my wife's life better, to make everything around me as better as I possibly can, or as good as I possibly can, rather. And a lot of times I just can't justify playing a video game as much as I would love to, because at this point I feel like it's a reward. And that when I'm done with my responsibilities, when I'm done with my schoolwork, when I'm home from work, when I'm done with YouTube, when I have felt like I have accomplished something during that day and something I can hang my hat on, and I will sit down and play a video game. Well, I'm so busy with all this stuff, and I have such an incredible passion for all the things that I'm doing. I never feel like I put in a good day's work, because I have so many more things that I feel like I could have done. And that's the thing I was going back to before, is what's my least favorite thing about YouTube, is that I want to have more hours in the day so I can accomplish more on this medium. I really do. I don't feel like I can play video games right now. I have a laundry list of video games that I need to get to. I purchased them. I just never bought them. Let's see, to get back to your main question, probably my first video game, I mean, probably Pong, maybe. I would imagine that would be my first video game. I don't necessarily have a recollective memory about playing that. I remember playing Centipede. There was this, if some of you remember, like my sister, she had braces, so we went to this local orthodontist office. I just had to have a retainer. Thankfully, I didn't have to have braces. But in that office, I vividly remember my favorite thing is anytime that she had to go get her braces tightened or anything like that, or get like dental work or anything, I was so stoked, because there was this cabinet, and it was like a sit-down cabinet, like a table, where you had a chair here, and you had a desk that was in between you. It was like a table, and it was a screen. And then on each side of this table, there was like a ball. There was a ball with little buttons that you can hit that would, like enter player 1, player 2, and then fire. And then the ball was kind of like a trackpad that you're able to move the thing around. And we had like Centipede on there, and had like Tetris, like stuff like that, like a lot of like the super, super old school stuff. I vividly remember just freaking out at the fact that she had to go get her braces tightened. I was so stoked. So I got to go and play that stuff. Those are my like first video games that I kind of remember. And of course, like Mario, like all that kind of stuff. I remember sitting, like, here was like when I was a kid, this was my life. When I was a kid, this was imagine this is the television screen, and this was my face. And just constantly, and I had like my controller was like right here, and I was like playing it like this. Like this was the most of my life, like as a kid, just sitting here with the screen like that. So super, super close. Most likely why I wear glasses. So not a good idea to sit so close to the screen. Favorite video games? I really liked Advent Rising. Some of the older people that are here might know that. It's an original Xbox One game. It was supposed to be a trilogy. It was a really good, like, sci-fi, really, really good sci-fi game. It was written by Orson Scott Cards, something like that. The same guy who wrote Ender's Game, that guy, he wrote the story for this video game. It was supposed to be a trilogy, and it just never happened. Only the first one came out, then the rest of the series was canceled, and I wish that was not true, because it was one of my favorite games. It was the first, like, truly cinematic, well voice acted game that I just kind of sat down there and I looked, and I was like, oh my god, like this is more than just a video game. Like, this is an interactive movie. So that was kind of the first time that happened for me. But I really like things like the Mass Effect series, not so much Andromeda, not so much the new one, but I like those kind of like sci-fi video games like a lot. But I like puzzlers as well. I like Braid a lot. I like Bastion a lot. Those type of things as well. Let's go ahead and move on. I have to answer this one because Mark My World, again, another great YouTuber. Please, everybody who is here, please go and check out Mark My World. Make sure that you are subscribing to him as well. He's a great vlogger, great guy, super, super funny. Love the dude. He says, do you recommend flying your DJI Spark into the water? No, I don't. And he's saying that because if some of you don't know, I flew my Spark into the water because I'm awesome. within the first like 10 minutes of me having it. So if some of you haven't seen that, video, I have a 2-part video review. It's called for my DJI Spark. Part 1 talks about how I lost and regained it. I kind of have like a little interactive story to go along with that, and I kind of try to make it as creative as I possibly could. And the second part is more of like an in-depth, comprehensive review for the drone, what it's capable of, the video that it's capable of producing, and just a little bit more of an in-depth review for that. So if you haven't seen that, please make sure to go and look in my video library for parts 1 and 2. And if you want, you can watch the other ones again, because each video, the thing I tried to do with these videos is that it's an infinite loop. Each video begs or flows into the next one. So the end of the first one is the same line in the beginning of the second one, and the end of the second one is the same line in beginning of the first one. So it's just this infinite loop. So if you guys want to watch that infinite loop, go for it. Highly recommend it. Joey Ass TV says, Ask JD, my GDA Spark is in the water now. How do I get it out? You will have to watch part 1 of my DJI review to find out how I got it out, and that's how you should get it out. Justin asks, I really like this question. Justin asks, could you speak about the science behind Interstellar and how gravity can cross time? I don't know about crossing time. I think I know what you mean by that. I'm sure we've all seen the movie Interstellar, right? If you haven't, I'm about to spoil the hell out of this movie. So if you don't want to know the end of this thing, then just go ahead and press that mute button for probably the next like 2 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. If you haven't seen Interstellar, how dare you? First of all, it's one of the greatest sci-fi movies, and one of the more accurate scientific movies out there right now. One of the more accurate ones. Gravity might be a little bit kind of like on that level as well. There's a few like things. Probably The Martian is the most scientifically accurate movie that's out right now, and probably has ever come out. Martian is like the king of all this kind of stuff. Interstellar, what happens in Interstellar is you get to this really, really, really big black hole because they're trying to find a new planet to go to. The problem is that one of the habitable planets that they want to try to check out is really close to a black hole. The problem is that as you get closer to a gravity source, time slows down. So there is an equation that goes along with that. I don't have anything to kind of write it down for you. The closer that you get to a gravity source, the slower time is ticking for you. If you are, let's see, if you are, okay, this is the black hole. Make sure that you can see this. This thing is a black hole. This thing is a planet right here. This is not to scale, and I am so sorry, because this should be backwards. And then this is a spaceship. So as you go, so you're way back here, and if this person back here is further away from the black hole, their time is ticking at a normal rate. But if you're here, if you're on here, if you leave this spaceship and you go here, the time that's ticking for you is almost stopped because you're so close to the black hole. There is a level to where, like, at some point this small planet is going to get sucked into the black hole. Black holes don't always feed. A lot of times it's just a massive gravity. It's a point that things can orbit, and they're not always active. They don't always cause things to go in. That's not always true. Sometimes they just kind of sit there. So if you're way back here, time ticks more slowly for you. If you're if you're on this planet right here, time ticks more slowly for you. If you're over here, time ticks a little bit faster at a normal rate that you're used to. So for every like 10 minutes that you're down here, it's going to be about 2 years or so that's out here. And this is the whole point of, like, this is the whole concept of general relativity, is that time moves in a specific manner, and time moves under certain properties depending on the perspective that you have on the thing that you're looking at. So Einstein figured this out by sitting on the side of a lake, and he was watching a boat go by, and he was imagining he's stationary, the boat is moving across, he's sitting here, the boat is moving across the water, and he's viewing this as the boat is moving. So from his perspective, from his general perspective, he's able to view this boat in motion. But if you switch it around and you're on the boat and you're looking at the land, well, the boat is stationary and it looks like I'm moving as it goes across, right? So from his perspective, the land is moving. From the person on the boat, that's perspective, the land is moving. And from then he kind of, it's a much longer story, but that was kind of the start for his theory of general relativity. With these kind of things, it's hard for me to, without going into like the larger scale of it, it's hard for me to kind of remember where I was and to kind of center myself and give a smaller footnotes version of like larger physics kind of questions. Let me go back to like the main question so I can kind of recenter myself. Caesar, I'm going to try to keep it away from politics, if you don't mind, man. It's not that I hate any specific person. I just may not necessarily agree with their decisions. It's hard for me. I don't necessarily hate anybody, really. Obina says, do you return the products that you review? Sometimes. But that was more like kind of in the beginning. Sometimes I would offer to return it, and sometimes they would accept that. Sometimes they want to send me something that's a little bit more pricey, and they're not necessarily willing to give it to me. So I offer just to send it back to them, and that's fine. It's not a problem. 99% of the time, people will just send you something and they'll just give it to you. It's part of their budget. It's part of their PR budget, and that's fine. And usually people don't have a problem doing that unless they're like larger things and they feel like they're taking a risk with sending something to you. They want to ensure that a video gets made to their specifications before committing that product to you. Suki, thanks. Suki says, really awesome hearing you talk about sciencey stuff. It's hard. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm genuinely sorry that I'm not articulating as well as I possibly can about different types of scientific education. Because a lot of my knowledge requires me to sit down and kind of organize my thoughts, because there's a lot kind of going on in my head when it comes to that. Partially because my training is not complete. That's a big part of it, and I'm not afraid to say that I don't know everything about these topics. I have a pretty, as far as I'm concerned, I have a pretty rudimentary understanding of physics, planetary science, astrophysics, very, very rudimentary. And if you're going to compare me to somebody like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who has his doctorate, and he's been doing this for 40 years, I just don't compare to that. Most of the time, all I can do is repeat things that other smart people say, with maybe understanding it, maybe not. That's why sometimes it's hard for me to sit here and kind of talk off the top of my head, unless I've sort of previously thought about it, this specific question, and I have something that's kind of running in my head that I'm able to repeat. I do have things like that I'm able to kind of regurgitate because I've thought about it a lot and it's interesting to me, and I've created a response because it's something that people ask me on a regular basis when it comes to science education, especially in space. So I do have specific things that I'm able to... TechBird, see you later. Thanks for joining us. Sorry you're on low battery. You'll be able to catch the rest of this on the replay, buddy. I do have certain things that I'm able to say. All right, for example, I'll tell you like two things real quick. Two fun pieces of information. If you I want you to do an experiment. I want you to go to your kitchen, and I want you to take a piece of salt. Just one. I want you to take that one piece of salt, and I want you to understand how small it is. That one grain of salt, whether it's cracked salt or it's a little bit bigger or you have a little much finer, how tiny that is. Think about that. Now think about having a pile of that salt in your hand. How many is that? You know, if you have a pile that's about, you know, like this big or so, and it kind of comes up to here, easily hundreds of thousands of grains of salt, right? Now imagine going to your favorite beach and imagine looking at the beach. Look at the where your feet are. how the sand is curling around your toes. Think about all that. Think about how much sand you're seeing, for all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Sand as far as the eye can see, everywhere. How many pieces of sand, how many grains of sand is that? Can you even count that high? Is it even possible for you to comprehend that large of a number? It's probably not, right? Now imagine all of the grains of sand on every beach in the entire world. There are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on every beach in the entire world, period. There are. What's even more trippy is that in that single grain of sand, that one salt crystal that you put in your hand, there are more atoms in that grain of salt than there are stars in the universe. What's even bigger that's going to hurt your head is that there are more planets than there are stars. I don't know if you knew that. There are more planets than there are stars in the universe, period. What are the odds of us being alone? This place is this big. There's just one? Maybe. We don't know. But is that probable? Probably not. And I'll tell you why that's not probable. Because in every star, as far as how life is started within the universe, within every star is the fuel of life. So what happens is that you have a star, and the larger ones within the universe eventually will collapse. And what they'll do is they will collapse and they will rebound, exploding their enriched guts across the universe. And within those stars, what's happening is that fusion is happening. So lighter elements are turned into heavier elements. As hydrogen and helium are banging into one another, they are fusing and they are forming lithium. They are forming heavier elements that is going down the list on the periodic table as it grows. So what happens is that once the star explodes, it goes supernova or it goes hypernova. It is expanding its enriched guts throughout the universe. And what happens is that those enriched guts will form and cross over into interstellar clouds that are just sitting there within the universe. Those enriched guts will crash into those clouds. Those clouds will cause a chain reaction, which causes a spinning, which eventually gravity will take over, and it will form the next star. It'll form the next planets. And each one of those planets now has the ingredients of life itself, or for nitrogen, carbon, oxygen. And those things are what forms the next solar systems. All because of the explosion that happened within a star, because fusion is creating these heavier elements like the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, all the things that we know as valuable to life. So because of that, when you look up at the night sky, people usually look up at the night sky and they think that it's so big, and they feel scared that it's that big. They feel small. But whenever I look up at the night sky, I tend to feel big, because I understand that my atoms, the atoms that make up my body, come from those stars. It's traceable. Our atoms are traceable to the crucibles of exploding stars. So just understand that whenever you look up at the night sky, just understand that we are not only part of this universe, we are in this universe, but more importantly than both of those facts is that the universe is within us. So when you think about those facts, when you ponder on those facts, as far as life is concerned, really what it means to be alive is that you want to feel participant, present, and feel like you're part of the ever-goings-on of the world around you, right? And that's precisely what we are, just by being alive. Okay. I'm gonna get out of these. Justin says, Joey Mac TV says, how do you feel about the Earth being quote unquote flat? Quote unquote is right. It's not flat. We know it's not flat, and it's a ridiculous notion that a lot of people. This is a really weird thing that people are kind of coming across as fact. just because of the perception of what they're seeing is they think that the world is flat. It's not. We know this, and they've known this for thousands of years. They've known this since Aristotle. They've been able to do this based off of shadows. Like, it's end of discussion. It can be easily proven within about 2 seconds of anybody who knows anything about physics, like, at all. It's a laughable thing, because I don't like conspiracy theories, because while I understand that people conspire and that things have been proven that conspiracy theories are correct in some instances, so like the Iran-Contra affair, the Operation Northwoods, Watergate, those are all conspiracies. People conspire to do bad things, right? Those things were proven true. So it's hard. So I can't say that all conspiracy theories are bad, but there's certain ones that you kind of get lumped into this larger pool of being a conspiracy theorist. Like the 9/11 truther stuff drives me absolutely crazy. I don't think it was an inside job. I don't. There's too much evidence to say to the contrary to that. I don't think that our own country decided to do that, me personally. Chemtrails, completely fake. This has been debunked time and time again, yet it's something that people like hold on to. Flat Earth is something that's super new, and they're so confident. You know what's so crazy about flat earthers? What's the craziest thing about flat earthers is they don't think that gravity is real. They don't think it's real. They think it's electromagnetism. And then you ask them what electromagnetism is, and they can't tell you what it is. They think, and the other one, they think that satellites are planes. They think that they're planes that fly around forever, I guess. And they think that the Earth is only about a couple hundred miles away from the sun. Yeah. Just let that sink in for a second. They think that the sun is a couple hundred miles, like 9,000 or something like that, instead of like 93 million miles away from the Earth. It hurts my head. I can't, and I don't tolerate it. I just don't like certain things. I just kind of like go by, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, you can believe that if you want. Like the 9/11 stuff, like, okay, believe it. It's fine. It's not really gonna bother me much because I have my opinion on it, and I think that you're wrong, but that's okay. We can still live around each other. If one of my friends came up to me and said like, hey, I think the Earth is flat, and then was being serious about it, we would not be friends anymore. I couldn't be friends with somebody that legitimately thinks that the Earth is flat. It would drive me crazy because I'd want to shake them at every moment. Couldn't just do it. JoyMacTV asks another question. He says, would you win in a bare knuckle boxing match? Who would win in a bare knuckle boxing match? Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson? Hands down, it's going to be Neil deGrasse Tyson because he has wrestling experience. He was the captain of his wrestling team at Harvard. I think he was at Harvard when he was on the wrestling team. Yeah, Harvard. Because I think he went to Harvard and Columbia. I think but I think he went to Columbia for his doctorate. I think. Okay. Is it just me, or is everybody's heads exploding right now? It's an insane mind trip. Love what you're doing. Thanks, Joey. Greatly appreciate that. Well, let's see. I mean, the stream has been going on for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. All of you that are still here are troopers. You guys have been... why do the sun and the moon appear to be the same size? Because one is smaller, one is larger, one is further away. The one that's larger is further away, and the one that's smaller is closer. So therefore, they appear to be roughly the same size. But yeah, I'm gonna end this. If you guys don't have any more questions, if you guys have more questions, please feel free to ask. I will sit here until you guys are done with your questions. I'd be more than happy to answer anything that you guys would like to ask me. Somebody say no. FaZe, if you say no, just ask a question. I'd be more than happy to answer one for you. I just don't really want to take up too much more of you guys' time with the long stream like this. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and ask them. I can check into a couple of them before I head out of here. I'll go ahead and wait a couple minutes, let you guys ask anything if you want. If you guys have any kind of late donations, I'd be more than happy to accept those as well. I'm sorry I kind of feel like spamming this kind of thing, but I need you guys to understand that I'm not trying to bleed you guys out for money or beg for money or anything like that, but these things do matter. These things do allow me to give you more videos. These things do allow me to, Justin, I can't talk about religion because it would upset people. And these kind of things kind of help the channel continue, and I can give you more stuff that way. Justin, I can't talk about Jesus and Zeus. I can't do it. I have very specific views about religion, and I think over politics, politics really upsets people. Really upsets people. But religion, above all else, really upsets people a lot. And I have very specific views of it. I'm very accepting of all religions. I think there's good and bad in everything. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, anyway, who's your biggest inspiration? That's a good question. Zuki asks, who's your biggest inspiration for wanting to expand your knowledge on the universe other than Neil? There's a few that I have. One of them, hold on, let me show you. Keep this bad boy on you. Any good physicist, any good physics major, any good physics enthusiast keeps one of these on hand at all times. This is the Principia Mathematica. This is Isaac Newton's masterpiece work. Isaac Newton is easily my favorite scientist of all time. He is my favorite inspiration as far as science is concerned, current or past. Let me explain something. Let me explain something real quick. Isaac Newton over Einstein, and I will fight this to the death. Isaac Newton is the smartest human to have ever lived. Period. Now it's hard to argue that because of Albert Einstein, right? Because of Stephen Hawking, right? It's really difficult to argue these things. Intelligence can be subjective in a way, depending on what you're talking about. But let me give you a case for Isaac Newton, why I believe that he was the smartest man that's ever existed. Isaac Newton came up with the laws of physics, or rather, excuse me, he came up with the laws of optics, came up with the laws of motion, he came up with the laws of gravity. He went to a party. This is a real story. He went to a party, and somebody came up to him. A couple of his friends came up to him and said, like, "Hey, we have this new thing that I want to express to you, and I want to be able to get an explanation because we don't really know why this happens. We know that the Earth and the planets revolve around the sun. We know that. But what we now know, and what we're finding, is that the planets revolve around the sun in an ellipse, in an oval, not in a circle, in an ellipse. And we don't know why. Isaac, do you know why they do that?" And he said, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me get back to you, and I'll be able to answer this for you. Let me think about it, and I'll be able to answer it for you. So a couple months later, Isaac Newton sees them again and says, "Oh, hey, I have an answer for you. I have an answer for you. Here it is. This is why. This is exactly why." And they just looked at him shocked, and they looked at it. They said, "Okay, well, how the hell did you figure this out?" He said, "Oh, well, I had to create a new form of mathematics. I had to create integral and differential calculus to figure out the answer to this question." The best scientists in the world don't understand calculus in its complete form for 20 years minimum. Isaac Newton created integral and differential calculus basically on a dare. He created it in months when it takes other people 20 years to do it. He did all of this stuff. And then he turned 26. Smartest person that's ever lived. Ever, period. Like, there's no argument. Like, there's no argument that somebody could come up with that. We could come up with this masterpiece, Principia Mathematica, this thing, and not be the smartest human that's ever lived ever. I can't even talk about this anymore. Justin Bravo trolling on this on the thing. He's trying to bait me. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right, let's go back. I'm gonna try to go back and see. See, this is interesting. FaZe Kazoo Kid, he says, I'm a right-wing conservative. I'm gonna ask you a favor. I'm gonna ask you a favor, and I want you to think about this. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to think about this and run a thought experiment. You look like you're young. You look like you're a kid. It says Kazoo Kid. I would assume that you're young. According to your profile picture, it looks like you're pretty young. I would assume that you grew up in an environment that was one specific political view. I would assume that. What I want you to do is I want you to table your thoughts on politics. You're a little young to have thoughts that you are identifying with one specific political party. I'm not telling you not to be a right-winger. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think everybody has a right to be whatever they want, period. Whether it's right, left, independent, Green Party, I don't care. I really don't care. As long as you're a nice person, I think that's really what matters. You're a little young to identify with yourself as with such a label. Here's why. And here's why I don't declare myself to be Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, whatever. I do not think of myself as any of that stuff. I always say I'm not any of those things. I'm an American. Here's the problem with that is when you decide that you are a Republican, which again, it's not a bad thing. You have, excuse my handwriting, you have your Republican is here. In order for you to be a Republican, you have to subscribe to all of these rules. The rules apply to being a Democrat. The rules apply to being an independent. The rules apply to being a libertarian. Whatever. Rules apply. And within this list, and that if of all these rules that define you as one specific party member, if you don't follow these rules, and if you don't believe everything that this rule thing says, that says that you have to believe all of these things because other people in the past have believed them. If you don't believe in all of this stuff, then what you're doing is you are bifurcating, which means that you're splitting your own party into two different factions. You're separating your own party into this sub-party within the party. So now, before, when you had a bunch of people who all thought the same thing, they're all voting for the same thing, they're all believing the same thing and living amongst each other comfortably. If you don't believe everything that's on here, you do this, and it creates more division. Creating a label for yourself politically, I don't think labels are necessarily bad, but I think creating a label for yourself politically, especially when you're so young, would put you into a it'll take you down a thought process that I think that is not necessarily fair to you. I want you to table these kind of political thoughts until you're older, until you kind of understand what's going on and how it can affect your life. Not only affect your life, but affect the lives around you. I think that's an important thing. I think you need to understand the policy. I think you need to educate yourself as far as politics are concerned so you can make an informed decision in the future. Identifying yourself as a right-wing conservative or a left-wing liberal or a libertarian, what you're doing is you're telegraphing to people that you're typecasting yourself, and you're letting people know, you're allowing people to stereotype you. So it's not giving yourself a fair chance. In my view, granted, this is only my view. You can take this or leave it. This is just my simple advice. Be a kid. Allow yourself to not think about this kind of stuff. Okay. Don't think about this stuff until you get a little bit older, until you can understand the consequences of being one way or the other. And keep in mind that there is not necessarily two sides. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm calling myself an American because I believe in both different types of things. So just kind of table that because you're so young. Okay. And he says, I understand, I really like politics. And I'm not telling you not to like politics. But I am giving you the suggestion, just a suggestion, of not necessarily identifying yourself until you learn more about the topic. I think you're kind of categorizing yourself when you're so young. When you're older, you can understand the consequences of labeling yourself in one way or the other. I think you have a better understanding of that. But when you're so young, it's a little bit difficult, and you're not giving yourself a fair chance to think outside of this one specific box. Okay. If you do it older, and if you come back and you decide that you want to remain, I know you're 16. That's still young. But anyway, this is me. I'm sure I'm telling you something that you don't want to hear, so I apologize. This is why I didn't want to talk about politics. I'm going to go into a lighter question. I'm so sorry, guys. JDTechTV says Star Wars or Star Trek? Both. But I like Star Wars better. Way better than the other one. It says, Christopher Lee asks, how many times have you seen Star Wars? Your favorite Star Wars movie? I don't know how many times I've seen Star Wars. Easily 50 times each. It's just because it's just one of those things that's kind of like run through, like that's like always in the background kind of thing. Like for a certain period of time in my life, like it was just kind of always in the background. Probably closer to 50 times each. As far as my favorite one, my default answer is episode 5, is Empire Strikes Back. That's my default answer, but I really liked episode 7. It's not a popular answer as far as being a favorite, but I really liked it a lot. So episode 5, hands down, is going to be my favorite, but I really do like episode 7, episode 4, of course, as well. Justin is trying to get me to, oh man, Justin's trolling me because he's wanting me to get into these really controversial topics, and I can't do it because I just get myself in trouble here. I can't do it. I can't talk about that stuff, man. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Let's go back. I'm going to try to find a lighter question. What side of the spectrum am I on? Like the light spectrum? Spectrum of sexuality. Goldfish or sharks? Yeah, Zuki, the live stream will glitch sometimes because I'm using the low latency option because I wanted to have a little bit more of a live interaction with you guys. Before, what I did was I did the more optimum one to where like the video image is better, but it gave like a 30-second delay. It was a nightmare to try to like interact with anybody. It was really tough. So there wasn't really a lot that I could do as far as interacting with you like live. Like I wanted to have that a little bit more. So like the kind of the downside of it is that the quality is a little bit lower. Suzette Bradley would like to ask my question. Check my question. Hey, my family members just coming out of the woodworks. I love it. That's my aunt right there. My beautiful, lovely, wonderful Aunt Suzette. Please, everyone, say hi to Suzette. It says S. Bradley there. Say hi, Suzette. What is your favorite can't live without tech that you have reviewed so far? Toilet light. So I haven't reviewed it. Okay, that's not fair because I haven't reviewed it. That I can't live without. I'm trying to think of something that I use on a daily basis that I've reviewed. Possibly I don't know which one would be my favorite. Probably the DJI Spark. Probably, I would say. I would say that would have to be like my favorite piece of tech that I probably couldn't at this point. At this point, I couldn't live without it. At this point, I couldn't do it. It's too fun. It's too useful, especially creatively. It's far too useful. I love that thing so much. Yeah, I don't think I could live without it at this point. Any kind of like drones. It's one of those things. Can I vape it? Dude, I'm so sorry. I haven't like talked about drones. Man, JDTechTV, thank you for joining. Greatly appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining and asking the question. Babe, what do you want to know about drones, man? What do you want to know? Because I got, let's see. Let me show you something. While I'm getting this, Vape, go ahead and tell me what kind of drones you got, bud. So I got... Okay. So I have my DJI, which is this thing. And yeah, Phase Vsauce 2.0 is amazing, man. I like Vsauce 3.0 too. I like Jake from 3.0 a lot. All right. So this is the DJI Spark. So he's got the Canavape's got the DJI Spark and the Mavic. You got both of them. I don't have the Mavic yet. I really want the Mavic really bad. This is my first like big time drone. This is my first big boy drone. All the other drones like that I have like a little bit smaller ones. I have a couple that I'm gonna review. Let me show. The Bebop 2 is okay. I've tested out the Bebop 2. It's okay. This bad boy right here. This bad boy is this is the Blue Bugs. This is by Drocon Blue Bugs. I have a review on this one as well. This thing is able to have different types of like action cams that can go in here. This thing is a beast. This thing is a gigantic drone that is just as fast as like a racing drone. This thing is definitely not for beginners. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm very good at piloting drones. Not counting the time that I flew this into the lake. That was because this little thing under here decided that it was too close to the water because of the reflection of the sun hit this little sensor on the bottom of it and told it to land, and I freaked out. So yeah. But that thing's absolutely amazing. I have that. I have smaller drones. Let me give you a preview of things that I'm going to review here. All right. So, okay. So these are things. Cut down the trees with a spark. Okay. So this stuff. This is like a haul that I got from this one company, TDR. I'm very impressed. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that before we even watch this review that's going to be coming out for these 3 different types of things. I really like these a lot. They're different types. They're like toy drones, but they're fun though. So this one's like, there we go. This one's called the Explorer, and it's adorable. It's a super tiny little drone, and it literally just like closes up like this. It can do flips. It can run around. It's got a little remote, and it's surprisingly really responsive. It's surprisingly really fun to use, and it's so tiny. Look how cute it is. It's so tiny. That one's really fantastic. I really like these small drones. I'm kind of like coming into this world of like these smaller drones that are actually really fun. That's just kind of beyond a toy. You have like the Phoenix Mini. This one is kind of like a larger version of this like Explorer ones where you have like the same size of the controller. Again, really responsive, really fun. Just something that you can take around that's just incredible. This one is their larger one. It's the TDR Robin. This one's cool because on its remote it has its own screen right onto it, and it has a camera that broadcasts right to the controller. This one is hands down going to be the most durable one because it has this little cage that's around it here. I mean, I've flown this thing, and if the guys at TDR are watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I crash tested these because I was just curious. I was just curious how durable they were, even if at the risk of breaking it. Because these kind of drones, like when you're testing these kind of things, these kind of drones, a lot of times people will buy them for kids. That's what the Explorer. That's what the Explorer is. That's what this is. It's kind of for kids. It's like a smaller thing for like younger kids that they can feel like they're doing something cool with a drone. So you have to test and see how durable these things are. I flew this thing at full speed into a wall, full speed, 3 times, and it laughed at me. Like it just like bounced down, stopped, and then I just turned it right back on. No scuffs, no scrapes, nothing, literally nothing. Like they're practically indestructible. I have crashed all of these things like 20 times each, and it's so fun. It's super awesome. Can't wait to show you guys a review of this. I have like a lot of things that I'm reviewing right now. If you saw back here, like I have far too many things to review right now. It's a good problem. It's a good problem to have. Suzette Bradley, she asks, I want the adorable one. Good starter drone. Yeah, it's if you want something that's fun and something that you're able to just like have around like the house, like just something to show other people. The Explorer, TDR Explorer. That's a really, really good one. It's just fun. Like it's not supposed to be anything like professional or anything like that. It's just fun. That one's like $30, 25, $30 or something like that. The Robin is going to be probably the highest as far as like, this is like a professional grade drone as far as how it can move, as far as its maneuverability is concerned. I can move it in the exact same manner and feel just as in control with this as I do with the DJI Spark, and it's a toy grade drone. This one I think is $89, I think. But there's a reason for that. It's amazing. Also the Phoenix, I think this one's about like $50. This one's really worth it too. It just has a long battery life, which is really great. Really, really great. Suzette, if you're looking for like a good starter one, either the Explorer or the Phoenix Mini are good like starter ones because they have their own stabilization. Something like what Joey Mac TV is saying about the Holy Stone, it does not have its own stabilization. You have to throttle on the controller, and you have to be like good with an actual like RC controller. With this thing, you can turn it on, you can let it float, and it just literally just stays there. If you don't touch the controller, it doesn't move. So same thing with the Explorer, same thing with the Phoenix, same thing with the Robin. They just hover, which is great. That's something that you really want to look into. Justin asks, how do you pronounce GIF? It's GIF, and it has been settled by the guy who made GIFs. It's not GIF because it's not spelled with a J. It's GIF because it's spelled with a G. But the guy who made GIFs, he settled it. He goes no, it's GIF, 100% it's GIF, and everyone else who says it is 100% wrong. It's fine. Let's see. Let's go back to how's it to the Spark. My favorite is the Spark, but I wish it would fit in smaller places. You wish it would fit in smaller places? How dare you? Do you know? Do you see? Bro, are you vaping too much, man? Like that's tiny. That's so small. Like how much smaller do you want this to be? Like, I mean, I get, okay, so like maybe, okay, so the one complaint that I have about this, and this is something I feel like they easily could have done, but I feel like they're gonna save this for like the Spark 2, is it could have been like the Mavic. It could have been like to where these arms here on the Mavic, if some of you don't know, it's a larger version of this. It's about this tall or so from like here to here. It's about this tall and about yay wide or so. But the cool thing about that is that the arms will fold in, so it makes it more compact. With this, these arms are stationary. They're stuck there. It would have been great if these would have folded in, but I'm sure that that's something that they'll do in the future. But this is something that they wanted to get out and make it as cheap as possible, and adding hinges, adding more to the production, adding more to the engineering, that would have caused it to increase in price, and they wanted to get it under a certain price, so they did what they had to do. Now that they've made a bunch of money from the Spark, I'm sure that Spark 2.0 will have a larger budget, and they'll be able to accommodate these new different types of design upgrades. And Justin says, even got Lindley to comment. That's true. That's true. I'm sorry for my trolling, Justin. Can't be controlled. That's okay. I don't care that Justin is trolling. I encourage it. But he is trying to get me to talk about certain stuff, and I just can't do it. Joy Mac TV asks, is Jared Leto the best Joker or the worst? Not the worst. I don't... No. I mean, Heath Ledger is the best Joker. Heath Ledger or Mark Hamill are the best Jokers. Mark Hamill is the best voice for the Joker, and then Heath Ledger is the best performance for the Joker, me personally. Vape says, yeah, it's small, but flying it through small spaces, it rocks too much. Yeah, it kind of depends. It depends on if your sensors are on. You can turn those sensors off and it's fine. But, you know, it's trying to protect you. The thing is trying to make sure that you're flying safe and that you're not going to hurt it. Justin asks, who is the best Batman? I don't know. I don't know if Christian Bale... That's the best Batman movie. I think Dark Knight is the best Batman movie. But as far as who's the best Batman, like, I mean, maybe it's him, but I tend to kind of go more, you know what I tend to do? I tend to go like the more, like the kind of corny route, like the, like, not the Val Kilmer, but, what's his name? George Clooney. I liked George Clooney as Batman. Like, I liked it a lot. I thought the bat suit with the nipples was acceptable. I think that was all right. Like, it's silly, but, like, those were such fun movies. It's not the best Batman movie, but I think he was the best Batman because it was just fun. I don't know. It's not a very good answer, but I personally liked him as Batman. I thought it was cool. Christian Bale's a good one. Not a huge fan of Ben Affleck as Batman, but, I mean, I'll get over it. I think Justice League is going to be amazing. Christopher Lee asked, there he goes. See, Christopher Lee asked a YouTube channel advice that nobody has asked yet. That's one of my specialties. And tips for looking to start a YouTube channel. Chris, I'm going to ask you a follow-up question. In what aspects? What channel are you trying to start? And are you trying to look for the best gear to start? Or are you trying to look for the best general advice onto how to create something that is going to be presentable that other people will find interesting on YouTube? I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of the water while the stream catches up and he can answer that question. Tech Right, I would have to I'd have to look at your channel to give you a proper answer to tips to improving your channel. I'm going to give you some general advice. I'm going to give you some general advice that I think that everybody should be doing right now on YouTube. And if you're not doing it, then start adopting these things. You can, sure, Emily, I can give you a shout out. Emily Treviso. Emily Treviso, I'm giving you a shout out right now. Everybody go and say what's up to Emily. Go and check out her channel if you would like. Tech Right, to give you kind of a brief overview of like some of the things that you should be focusing on YouTube right now. Don't skimp on the services. Doing small things. Christopher Lee says, thinking of starting a tech channel. Great, I do have some advice for you. Things like vidIQ is a great thing to have because one of the biggest things that you're going to need to understand and start to recognize the importance of is tagging your videos. It's how your videos rank. And what I mean by that is, I mean that when you go to search for something in YouTube, because YouTube, if anything, it is a search engine. It is the second most popular search engine in the entire world next to Google. Some of you might not know that. There is billions of people who come on YouTube every single day. And there's also, and those numbers, those billions of people are only people who have a registered account. That's not including people who don't have a registered account, who just use YouTube as a search engine. You don't have to have an account to search for something on YouTube. You just don't. If you're thinking of starting a channel, and like in Christopher's example, he's looking to start a tech channel. Christopher, I need you to focus on finding your niche. That's the first thing that you need to do. You need to figure out which tech channel is your niche. That's where you're starting. So you have like the larger scale of YouTube is kind of here in this larger group of people. Then you take that larger thing and then you swallow it down to like a niche, into a bubble, to a smaller focus of things that you can present yourself, present your videos to on YouTube, smaller audience. And then I want you to niche down even further. So tech reviews is a larger niche. So rather, you have a tech channel, which is a larger niche. Tech reviews is an even smaller channel. Like, for example, as opposed to tech news, as opposed to tech reviews about specifically cell phones, which is an even smaller niche. You can even narrow it down as far as you possibly want. You can make a channel about these remotes. If you really wanted to, you can make a channel. This one is a, let's see if you can see here. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Watch. These are just little LED lights. If you can see that back here, that I'm changing with this remote. You can make an entire channel. You can make an entire channel about lights. You can make an entire channel about LED lights. You can make an entire channel about remotes for those lights if you really wanted to. If you really felt like there was an audience that would want to see that kind of stuff, you can make that. And that's why I said that there are billions of people that are on the audience, that are on the platform right now, because YouTube is a big place. And for somebody to look at YouTube and to be afraid that they're not going to stand out, I understand that. It's easy to understand. It's difficult to stand out. How you do that is you create your niche and you niche down. You try to make it as hyper-focused as you possibly can. So my niche is tech channel. Tech reviews is a smaller niche. And then my hyper-focused niche is tech reviews specifically designed to help you make better tech purchase decisions. So all of my content is geared towards helping that one specific message, that one message, is making sure that you are educated enough to make better tech purchase decisions. That's my value. That's the value that I'm giving to my audience. That's why people come and subscribe to me. That's why people search for my videos. That's why they watch them. That's how you can stand out on YouTube. You have to niche down once again to try to hyper-focus as much as you possibly can. Things like tagging, that's very, very important, because whenever you are uploading a video, there is a tag section, and these are things that, think about it as you're trying to think of how somebody would search for your video. How would they do that? One of my more highly tagged videos is from my first video ever was for an AUKEY cell phone lens, and I think I have it right here. It's not this, but anyway, I have them lying around everywhere because I have a ton of them. It's like a larger version, like of this. This is like a cell phone lens. This one is from AUKEY Global, but it's like a cell phone lens that like goes on your thing, like this, like that. So it just gives you a wide angle lens for your cell phone. So that was the very first one that I did. So its title is the best smartphone wide angle lens. That's the title of the video. So whenever you're tagging something, I'm going to give you a really quick brief overview. There's different types of channels that will help you do this. For example, video influencers. If you want like really good advice on how to grow your channel, there's three channels that you need to watch. Video influencers. You need to watch Roberto Blake. Well, I'll give you four. Then you need to watch Think Media TV. Then you also need to watch Daryl Eves. All of those people are experts on this specific topic. Experts. So they'll help you understand a little bit more of the tagging process than what I'm about to give you. I'm going to give you a really light overview. So the order that you need to do this in is you need to have your title tags, which means that you are repeating the tag that your title is, word for word, phrase for phrase, exactly how it is. Copy and paste it. That's your first tag. It's the first one that you do. Your second tag is going to be your channel name. And for me, it's JDTechTV. In certain ways, in certain ways, JDTechTV is all one word. Google recognizes it as separate words. So if you think that people might search for your channel name in different ways, meaning if there's like spaces that they might misspell it, something like that, those are tags that you need to put in there as well. So I put JDTechTV as all one word, and then I put JD space tech space TV. That's the tag. I put spaces in between it, just to kind of help people whenever they're typing it in, they can find it in that way as well. The next set of tags that you have are called compound tags. These are tags that you think that somebody would search for something. So if it's the best smartphone lens that they're trying to search for, the thing that I have made my video about, you can type in best. A compound tag is just a multiple words, like a phrase. So you can type in for a tag, best smartphone for iPhone, or best smartphone lens for iPhone, best iPhone lens. That's another type of tag. Best lens for under $20, best lens for Samsung phone, top lens for iPhone, like a number of things. So other things that people will try to search for your video, search for the topic. And the easiest way to do it is just to go to your YouTube search bar, go to any YouTube page, click the search, type in smartphone lens, type in smartphone lens, like type it in right now. Smartphone lens. What's going to come up is suggested ways it's going to try to complete your sentence. So you have smartphone lens. The next thing that comes up is smartphone lens kit. Next one is smartphone lenses. Next one is smartphone lens review. Next one is smartphone lenses review. Next one is smartphone lens Samsung. So these are all compound tags that you can add because these are things that other people have searched for. And it's an easy hack to find out how you should tag your videos. They do it for you. The YouTube search bar literally does it for you. It's the best way to do it. Those are going to be your compound tags, what you think people are going to be searching for. You have to put yourself in the mind frame of somebody searching for you. The next thing is specific tags. So these are going to be single words. So these will be best is one tag. iPhone is one other tag. Galaxy is another tag. S8 is another tag. Samsung is another tag. Smartphone is another tag. Lens is another tag. Lenses, so on and so forth. Also keep in mind that like doing things like typing in 2017 is really important, whatever year that you're in. Typing in like gadget, cool gadget, like small things like that. Specific tags can be like 2 words at an absolute maximum. Try to keep it down to 1 word if you possibly can. Gadget, something like that. Like try to think how somebody would categorize what you are making a video about. You're categorizing it. The last set of tags, if you have any more room, because you can only have up to 500 characters in tags. If you have any room, try to type in some misspelled words of some of the tags that you've typed in before. Sometimes people's spelling isn't the best, and their misspelling can make them miss your video in tags. Over the course of your video living on YouTube, it's these kind of tags will slowly rank, and your the position that your video is in on the first page, second page, or third page, whether it's at the top or at the bottom, slowly changes over time depending on how often people are able to find your video. And most of the time, most YouTubers find the most success in suggested videos. That's where your tags come in, and they work really, really well. That's going to help you rank in the suggested videos, which means that when you're watching one video, the next videos that are on the right side of that screen of the video are that's a suggested video. There's a line of them as it goes from the top to the bottom. So if your tags are similar to the tags of somebody else's video, then it might suggest your video as the next video to watch because the YouTube algorithm sees it as something that is going to be similar enough to the video that they are currently watching. Tags are really, really important. Also, another quick hack, another quick thing that people don't really necessarily might not know, is the first 3 lines of your description must have all of the same words. Doesn't have to be in the same order, but they have to have all the same words that your title is. Now, it doesn't have to be just repeating those words, but they just, within the first 3 lines of the description, you need to include all of the words that you have in your title, exactly how they are, the best that you can. Don't miss a single word. You can rearrange the words in different things, in different ways. You don't have to have it exactly the same. I try to make it exactly the same, but that really, really helps. Also, playlists are huge right now. Huge. Put all your videos into playlists. And whenever you're sharing out your videos to your social media accounts, share your playlist. Don't share just the individual account. Share your playlist, because you want to get people to stay on the platform of YouTube. The longer they stay on the platform watching your videos, the higher you rank, the higher the YouTube algorithm will favor your videos, and they will raise your rank in the suggested ranks, in the searchable ranks, and they'll also raise you in the ranks as far as Google search is concerned as well. It does the SEO work for you, which is search engine optimization. If you don't know about SEO, look up SEO on YouTube and try to learn a little bit about that as well. That's just a couple quick tips on how to do that. As far as like getting into tech channel, you might have to watch the stream again, and you might have to go back to the beginning to where I kind of discuss how to do Amazon reviews. Basically, really quick overview is review everything that you've ever reviewed on Amazon. Do that. Be as informative as you possibly can. Try to include pictures if you can. Pictures and videos will help you raise your rank on Amazon as an Amazon reviewer from your Amazon profile, and people will contact you. You'll put on an automatic email list, and they will send you stuff in exchange for reviews. It's super fun. Yeah, hope I answered that question sufficiently. I have a lot more to say about that, but I think that that's just a good start. Also, just start. How about that? Just start a channel. It doesn't have to be good. You know, you'll learn along the way. I focused a little bit too hard on making my videos perfect, and that's cost me a lot of time, and I kind of wish that I didn't have that. But I've kind of created myself, I kind of backed myself into a corner that my videos have a lot of high production to go along with it, so I kind of have to keep that going. But it's part of my style now, so I don't want to stop at the same time. Justin was talking about what is going to be the name of the JDTechTV audience. I don't know. The Kidult crew, I like that one because in one of my videos I called myself a Kidult, which is a kid adult. I like the Kidult crew. I think that's fun. But I want to do something that's a little bit like, I don't know. What's up, Jay? All right, everybody, I'm going to stop real quick and do one more shout out before I end this stream a little bit. Jay is a fellow Orlandoian. He's from Orlando. He has a great tech channel. He does tech reviews. He does a lot of things that are like kind of geared towards PC. If you're a big PC fan, make sure to go and check out his video and check out his channel. Go and subscribe to the man. The guy's awesome. He does fantastic videos. His voiceovers are like no other. His B-roll is like no other. I gain a lot of inspiration from him. His videos are absolutely beautiful. So definitely go recommend checking out his channel. Everybody go subscribe to him right now. That would be greatly appreciated. He's a good dude. Definitely I want to get one more question to finish Justin's thing. I don't know what my group is going to be called. I think that's something that you guys, the fans, will give me. It's like a nickname. You can't come up with your own nickname. The people have to give it to you. So I'm willing to hear suggestions. I'm willing to hear what people have to say about what my fans should be called, but I think that's something that the fans themselves should decide, and should have a it's called just a can of vape just called the fans. No, I don't think that one's good. Let's see. Let's get one more question in. I'm gonna get one more question in. One more, and then we'll go ahead and end this. It's gone a little bit over 3 hours, and you guys have been troopers for hanging out for this long. You guys are amazing. You got the best subs ever. All right, let's get one more question in, and then we'll get out of here. Let you guys go on with your lives. The vape goes with he goes for the simple one. What's my favorite color? This is literally my favorite color. This specific shade of blue is my absolute favorite color. It's kind of like this one as well. It's not necessarily called like a sky blue. It's not really a canary blue. But it's this like light kind of almost teal kind of blue. It's my favorite. It's my favorite color. So yeah, Justin's been here for 3 hours. By the way, none of you have the stamina that this guy has. He's been here since the beginning. Ultra blue. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call that ultra blue, Christopher. I like that, the ultra blue. But yeah, perfect. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this live Q&A. I think that this went really well. I think everybody had some fun. Everybody got to have their questions answered by me. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to be able to give you as much information as I possibly could and get to everybody's questions that I can. I want to do more of these things in the future. I want to do more Q&As. I think if I kept it under 3 hours, that would be great. I'm gonna let this kind of go for a little bit. If you guys like the music that I played at the beginning, I'm gonna go ahead and play you some more stuff at the end. This is my favorite type of music. It's just kind of like this chill. You know what it is? It's like a Casey Neistat type of like vlog music. Absolutely love it. So if you guys want to just kind of hang out for a little bit, get some good vibes, good tunes, kind of end the stream in a really positive way, just go ahead and hang around. You guys are free to continue within the chat, talk to each other, and make friends with everybody, and just grow this community best that we possibly can. I love all of you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. The next review that's going to be coming up to answer somebody's question. This is actually going to be the last question. Sorry, Kenneth Vape. The next one is going to be the best tech under 50. It's gonna be the next one. That was supposed to be this past week, but a few things. I had a couple different like agreements that I had to fulfill for other videos. I needed to get those done, so I kind of ran out of time. So the best tech under 50, normally it's at the beginning of the month. It's going into the second week in August, but I'll get you guys that. It's my favorite series to do. It's the most fun series to do, and I think it's the favorite series of the fans as well. Let's go ahead and end this thing. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the music. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me.
One, two, three, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you. I know I dream of you.
Ice Bear believed in you.
Yes! That's awesome! What? You just took one in the jugular, man! Ha. Whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. Come on out. The door, man. You got a fucking door in your neck.